effort forward, but some people are having a bad day. And I've worked with all kinds of people on the grind, uh, trying to make it. I would say some homeless people, you know, who are just getting there. But honestly, everybody I've ever worked with, they've. I think it's always been like that refining thing for them that they're looking for to get their shit organized so they can get full time employment and get their life back on track. But hiring people off of Craigslist has produced a wide variety of people who are searching for meaning in life, I think, too. Not just people who have nothing and are on the grind trying to survive. But I've worked with a lot of young people in digital marketing, and after working with me, they always use that experience to launch their next career move. Usually with a big tech corp or something like that, or ad tech corp. So I've done a lot of good for people that have worked for me. um,
John, go ahead, please finish.
no, that was it. I'm just rambling here because I get the feeling not too many other people are talking about it.
Okay, 2 points. I think I read an article, not I think I know, I read an article with a collaboration between Wall Street Journal, I think, and another media, Associated Press, I'm not sure. Anyway, they were looking at the homelessness challenge concern in U.S. And of course, there are many contributors to why an individual family become homeless. But the fundamental contributor to this was the lack of housing. And the reason I started thinking about this, you mentioned that you have a good act to do to give people some job. But even a homeless individual with some kind of a reasonable or minimal skills to do something, even if they get a job, which is good, but it's not probably necessary, but it's not sufficient to be able to get off the streets because the housing crisis is for many reasons it's just horribly bad. I mean, currently in the U.S. So I guess that contributes substantially. I forgot the numbers. It was just a stunning when I read an article because most of us, when we think about homelessness, when people think about mental illnesses, addiction, and lifestyle preference, laziness, and the rest of this stuff, which I'm not suggesting they're not contributing, but the homelessness and lack of housing was the fundamental big one. Second point is, have you read or seen Project 2029?
You mean 2025, or is there something new?
No,
2020?
2029. There is a document in response to Project 2025. Now it's been published, which is, I presume, is a Democrats' response to the Project 2025. So the vision, this is kind of, it says we are building a plan of action for a future that is strong, kind, and focused on human flourishing. We are shifting the focus from outrage to action, working toward a future worth fighting for. Small incremental changes will not cut it. Our bold plans within each of our 4 pillars focus on fairness, integrity, and justice. So I'm not going to click on the plan, but I'm going to go into the pillars in here. So there are 5 pillars. Limited influence in politics, next. Provide universal access to democracy, next. Make every vote truly count, next. End wars of conquest and occupation, and last, indigenous governance over their own communities. I read, so this governance was one of the pillars. If I read the sub-item of governance, but the pillars are one is governance, next one is economy, the other one is humanity, and the last one is justice. I had it was a very cursory look at this document, but I haven't had a chance to see exactly what you're saying. Anyways, it's interesting for having a topic on Clubhouse and talking about this project 2029.
Yeah, I don't know what the homeless population in America, uh, how to address it. Like, if you were to force the issue, if the government was ever to take action, like say make like three primary central rehabilitation areas and get everybody off the streets in mass. I know it's illegal and anti-constitutional, but if there was like some type of fascist government that declared homelessness illegal and forced people into some type of I wouldn't even call it rehab. I would just call it like forced internment. Like it would be some type of rehabilitation concentration camp. Sounds horrible, but it's just all hypothetical, and I know it sounds gaslighting, but I'm just saying, like, I wonder historically how other countries, in the 20s or 30s, like, if and what they did with regards to, homelessness or refugees or impoverishment encampments, things, especially during the Great Depression when homelessness probably skyrocketed. I wonder how they, other than setting up soup kitchens and having, homelessness encampments. I just wonder how they dealt with those issues historically.
In principle, I would not even term it in some of the terminology you use. It could be potentially what I call transitional facilities. And most people who are on the streets and subject to all kinds of problems, the weather, the hunger, and lack of health. So it could be, for example, a transitional facility. You're going to house homeless people if they're willing to go to it. And I think most probably would go to it. I'm completely guessing, I have no idea. But imagine if you're hungry, you don't have any health care, if you are exposed to the weather condition, particularly if you're cold climate or very hot climate, if you have kids that they are at immediate danger of starvation and disease, I think we said, look, I'm willing to go to this transitional facility, temporary, to get my bearings, get some help in education and perhaps jobs. And so that would be something, it does not even have to be termed, not termed, actually described the way you described it when you started to talk about this. I think that would be, notwithstanding legal issues, and I'm not quite sure if you can force people to do it under the laws that we have right now. The point that I'm making is most people would welcome something like that to get their bearings and to get some help and perhaps move on to something that they could be independent and self-sufficient in a member of society.
What up, Ann? What are you doing today?
Hey, well, I'm visiting Joe in Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah, it's nice here.
Well, it must be hot.
Super hot. Oh my gosh, like, heat is different here than it is where I live. I thought it was, like, hot for summer in Michigan, and no, here it's, like, thick, humid heat.
Sounds like you're in the muff.
You gotta say hi. Say hi to Edmund.
Oh, it's Edmund?
Yeah.
What up, Edmund? Hey, bro, I've always supported you, you know that.
He likes you.
I always thought they were pussies not getting recorded.
He did. And he said, believe it or not, he said, Edmund is pretty smart. You think?
Not just pretty, he is. I've always known he is.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you never got me recorded talking shit about you. I know you only recorded me talking positive things. That's my genuine belief.
There you go. Look at that.
yeah. I mean, how much time do you think you've spent watching my YouTube, Ann? Like, be honest. Is it like 10 minutes or is it like 10 hours? Or 10 seconds?
Me watching?
No, me.
Oh.
Me. I used to. When I used to care, like, back when I used to care about being recorded. Remember when I used to care about being recorded? Now that I don't give a shit, because I say, like, there's nothing that I say that's, like, it's my genuine beliefs, you know?
I have a no replay policy, so I don't watch replays on Clubhouse. I definitely wouldn't watch streaming replays.
Yeah, so now I would say I don't ever listen to them, except for I did listen to the one that you posted of Chillism with Brad. I listened to that one because I think it's just funny hearing him crash out, and I wasn't there for it, so yeah.
I don't know if that was Chillism where he crashed out.
It was. I thought, yeah, it was. Well, the one that you had like posted the link, in the month when we were talking about it. It was.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was like really quick. It wasn't a long clip.
Yeah, there's new Brad crash out videos of him crashing out on stage. I think it was in the muff, right?
Yeah. Did you get it?
Yeah, I had another Clubhouse room streaming, and then I had it streamed to all these YouTubes. So there's a lot of, but see, that's nothing new. Like I've been filming him making statements like that for years. So.
Yeah, you're right.
But when he started attacking me, I was like, okay, well, now I'm just gonna like stir the pot with him, and
Right.
put some pressure on him, and I think it has worked actually.
You think so?
I think so. Like, by putting up a wall or putting it back in his face, I think it it definitely impacts his brain.
Yeah. No, like the things that because I told me and Joe were talking about you last night, and I'm like, Edmund's a troll, and he said, no, I don't think he's a troll at all. And I'm like, why? And he would say it better than me, but I'm like, why don't you think that he's a troll? And he said, no, everything that he says is genuine beliefs, and he just mocks people when they're acting a certain way. Mocking them is like, trying to generally help them wake up. So.
Well, I think you can help people wake up by educating them, but just mocking them is not sufficient.
Yeah. But sometimes, like, people need that to, like, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but you can't wake somebody up just by mocking them. You have to provide more information.
Yeah. Dave, remember when you said, last time when we said, I said, Edmund's a troll, and you said, no, he's not a troll.
Well, it's not really a troll.
Right.
It's he's a comedian.
He's a comedian. But how did you know he was super smart?
I listen to people's logic. The way you tell is through someone's logic. When they give you an explanation, you hear their logic. That's how you decide something.
And so you
But wisdom and studied are different. People that are intelligent, wisdom, and then educated.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah. And then I donated to your page.
He's got a donation link up?
He doesn't have it in this room.
Okay. I gotta get that donation.
Oh, is that it, Edmund? At the top? Oh no, he said it's computer. It might be.
Yeah, that's it. And
It is. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that's the link above.
And did you hear that John got me to donate $80 to him last night?
No, hold on. I gotta send this link to Joe. Yeah, Edmund, I did donate to your campaign, just so you're aware.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Hakima gave $80 yesterday to kick Monica to the goo. Was it once or twice? But it was so hilarious.
It was twice. Oh yeah, that was the best $80 I ever spent in my life.
That is funny.
And you should have heard Monica. The rod was like $35. She going for 35 minutes. $5 more, you get to kick her yourself. Monica's like, don't let him touch me. He cannot. Like she was straight acting like I was gonna physically touch her. Don't let him touch me. That was
That is
so.
so
That
funny.
was bad. But then I ended up kicking her anyway. And that just made it so much funny.
Oh my gosh.
She told Rod, I can't believe you let him touch me. I just cannot I did not touch you, lady. What are you talking about?
That is funny. Edmund, I have to know John. I keep calling you Edmund. What do you prefer? Do you prefer John or Edmund?
It's on Clown House. It doesn't matter. John.
Okay.
How about Tiffany Sotheby's? Can we call you that?
Yeah, Tiffany Sotheby was my trans profile for like a week or two until it got deleted.
Yeah, so like.
Wait, you have a female running mate?
No, I went trans deep undercover in the muff for like 2 weeks with a fake profile named Tiffany Sotheby.
You know, okay, I'm Tiffany Sotheby and I'm complete. I used to get laughing like a motherfucker. Like, this dude is crazy.
That's one of the most memorable.
I saw that you have that YouTube channel, but then that YouTube channel is like linked to your like Congress page, like YouTube channel. Is that a joke?
No, I mean everything, it's all their 20,000 YouTube videos and 20,000 Instagram videos made over the past 5 years.
That's so, that's so crazy. And the only people that like, I guess, get mad are like people that don't want to be recorded because they said something that was bad.
Yeah, but
So like when I was like, why am I getting mad? The only time I got mad at you was when I got doxxed on there, but like
that was
I don't
a
really
long time. Nobody would even be able to find anything. That's the thing. Like, there's so many videos that you
Yeah.
can't find yourself probably, even if you wanted to.
Right.
People complaining about being recorded on this app is one of the most fascinating complaints I've heard. Like you on the audio app, Clubhouse is recording you. Like, what's the big deal? But you hit it on the head, and like people be saying stuff they don't want repeated. I mean, just don't say it. If you're that worried about it, just be who you is. Stand on what you want to stand on. But if you don't want to stand on that, then shut up.
Yeah, like people could get in a lot of trouble for the things that they say on here. They could. And all I know is that there's nothing I've said that like could potentially kick me in the ass later, which is a good feeling.
You calling me a white supremacist? I'm not sure.
You are.
I might have to report you. You're a black nationalist, man. If I'm a white supremacist. You join the Black Panther Party.
Oh my gosh, I love the Black Panthers. They're heroes.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
They are. They're heroes.
That's a fact. They are heroes. They were heroes. They got systematically destroyed and assassinated by the U.S. government.
So look at, we agree on one thing. That's crazy.
By the CIA on U.S. soil, which is illegal.
It should have been illegal, but it wasn't. No one that paid for it.
Gosh, I want to hear that crash out that you had in the mosque the other day.
Yeah, I just don't want to listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I can't. I wouldn't want to I want to spare my brain the waste of time re-listening to Brad screaming profanities. But something with this campaign that like I'd like to figure out how to do is how can we get signatures on petitions digitally. So if I sent somebody a DocuSign email or text message, they'd be able to sign and then we would have that
Yeah.
petition. So when you turn in the petitions, normally you want to fill up every single petition with as many signatures as possible. But even if we submit one petition with one signature because somebody signed digitally, it wouldn't make a difference because I think we probably submit. I don't know. I doubt we submit a PDF. I'm sure it's got to be all printed, but um, getting signatures via DocuSign could like make things a lot easier if we could find a way to, you know, get in touch with voters, whether it's the telephone or X or even email. But having a list, and if we could do the DocuSign, that would be possible. One way to like get the signatures digitally within like a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's why I asked you the other day if you had a list of phone numbers or whatever, because I helped this congresswoman in my state, Lisa McLean. I was the one that I was one of the people that sent out text messages with that DocuSign link to help people so she could get enough signatures, and she ended up getting her spot and winning.
Oh wow.
So yeah. So that's why I asked you if you had that, because I may not be able to donate a bunch of money to your campaign. I donated $10 or whatever, but I'll donate my time
Yeah.
to help.
Yeah, we just need a list if we can call and find a list. Roger said he knows a way to get the list, but
Yeah.
people that I know here in Chicago, because we have to get the list for the district, not like the Chicago list, but if there is a way to get the list, I just doubt or don't believe that, you know, we'll be able to get the list for free or be able to access it if we're running as a candidate. I don't know. The friend that I have who has done this before, he should be able to help, but he seems to always be all talk. So, you know, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, well then we can follow up with Roger to see how he can get that list. I mean, if he can get it for free, that's sweet. Because I know like the white pages, they just have like, I don't even think that's people's cell phones, is it?
Fucking white pages, yellow pages. Can you imagine going through there and just randomly calling people from the white pages?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I doubt that the white pages even work anymore. I bet you most people don't even have a home telephone number. Like, that's.
Yeah.
Well, if they do, they're over 80.
Yeah.
Well, no, like my dad, he had a landline until but he's so boomers essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially,
yeah, that's true. That's true. I bet you're right. If I were to get like a Rockford Peoria phone book, you're fucking right. I bet you could call up, 10 numbers and get one signature every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I don't mind picking up the phone and calling people.
Yeah, we could do it. We could turn Clubhouse into a phone bank, and that could be one way to actually generate.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
So did you figure out how many signatures you need?
It's like 600.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah, that's very easy. Literally, like 20 to 30 a day until.
Yeah, I think Lisa we needed 1,000 just to get her on the ballot.
Yeah, you want to get 1,000 to be safe.
And then we did like knock doors and stuff to like a targeted. She gave a list though. She had like a targeted audience, so we weren't just like people that were like independents on the fence, and then people that vote Republican. But are you wanting to like get in touch with everyone? Because some of it can be a waste of time.
Yeah, we don't want to waste time. I mean, if we have Republican telephone numbers, it's obviously that we would call them first, but we'll find out. I mean, how we're going to do this. I mean, when I ran last time, it was all manual. We did 800 signatures, manually over the course of 30 days. But if we could do a phone bank and digital signature with DocuSign, that would be a really.
Yeah.
I would really like to do all of this sitting in my office and not even have to visit Rockford or Peoria. But what I'd like to do is also, if I do a road trip, we go to like the top 5 towns, 10 towns, or just stick to Rockford, Peoria and do interviews with constituents in the district.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think those could have like lasting value.
BigDataPoll.com.
I'll let you ask him.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Have you looked at BigDataPoll.com?
No, I haven't looked at it.
They might. I'd reach out to him. That's Richard Bears. You're familiar with him, right?
No.
He's got 235 million voter files on record and stuff. So
What did you say the website? Big what?
BigDataPoll.com.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool. You know who Richard Bears is? He's awesome.
I follow a lot of pollsters, mostly him and Rasmussen.
What is it, Rasmussen?
Yeah, Rasmussen. You know, he's heard of Rasmussen, but Big Data Poll is the other one.
Well, we're gonna email him and see. But he's gonna charge, right? I mean, maybe we could just do like a sample file or something.
But yeah, at least there will be an expense to it. It's a business for him. He's a pollster. So.
Yeah.
But at least reach out to see what the rates are, and if he can even help in your district. He doesn't have every district. So.
Okay. I'm emailing him
Unless
right
that
now.
stuff costs.
Big Data Poll. Let's follow him on X. Wow.
People's Pundit on X.
People's Pundit.
He's only got 98 posts on X, but 30,000 followers.
He has a bigger one on People's Pundit.
People's Pundit is him too.
That's
That's his personal one. Yeah, look at People's Pundit.
I thought it was so funny one night. Marshall was like absolutely obliterated. And Moja's like, yeah, we're going to fly you out to Chicago. I'm going to meet you and we're going to knock on doors for John. He's like, well, if you're paying for everything, I'm willing to go. And then
They'll do anything for money.
And then the next day when I was in a John Kitover roast room, I was like, Marshall, you said you were going to fly out. He's like, well, actually, I'm looking at my schedule and the rest of the month I'm extremely busy, so I'm not going to be able to help you now. I was like, oh, thanks a lot, Marshall.
Hey, John, are you recording this and streaming it now?
Yeah, I'm live streaming myself in my office.
Okay, I'm gonna put some stuff in the chat that I don't want out there on your audio.
Wait, you said...
I'm gonna read whatever it is. Whatever you put in there, I'm gonna read it out loud.
Wait, you said...
Yeah, I'm gonna do it later, so it's not associated with me.
You said People's Pundit. What was the other X account? People's Pundit?
Yeah, People's_Pundit.
People's_Pundit.
Rich Bears.
Oh, I see it. Oh, wow, he's got a lot of followers.
How many followers do he have?
352,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he'd probably be the cheapest too. Now he's a little bit larger of an outfit, but I don't know. I've never ran, but that's stuff I was looking to do if I ran. Accessing. Like,
You know,
too much. I ain't never gonna run. I have no interest. Yeah.
Well, the way I view it is I'm killing two birds with one stone. Even if I don't lose, at least I have like possibly a YouTube business on my hands. Because I'll tell you, recording Clubhouse to me should be a business. You know, it's like being a paparazzi and recording people, you know, crash out at their worst moments, their dumbest moments. But I don't know, it just seems to me like, you know, filming unrecorded live stream or even live stream, I mean, it's just making films. So at this point, I have so many videos, and the YouTube accounts are accumulating enough followers that with more tweaking and better videos, I could have an actual, you know, creator slash publishing business, even though it's very challenging.
Stuff. The future with the take AI and throw the voice into AI.
Oh, shut up. Don't give him an idea.
Create like a funny scenario with people's voice. He's got so many. He has so much data on voice.
Yeah, he does. Have I ever crashed out, John?
I don't think so.
I've never crashed out.
Not recently.
No, he's been recording since the beginning. I don't think I've ever crashed out on there, have I? No.
Well,
Maybe
you've gotten roasted.
I've gotten roasted.
Yeah, you've gotten roasted.
I hear the phone call after. Hungry. We have to go for dinner.
Okay, we're going to dinner.
Okay, have a great night. Good chatting with you. Have a fun night.
Alright, bye.
Okay, take care. Bye. What's good with you, William? What are you doing the rest of the night?
Same thing I always do, driving for Uber. I'm trying to find a few things, and there was something that happened last night that you should probably know about, but I don't want to take sides.
What is it in the chat?
No, I was trying to find you this link in my email that is designed to help people like you. That essentially is it's a guy. He's like a tech guy, and he started this company that essentially helps independent candidates. He gives you all the tools that the parties have, or kind of watered down versions of what the parties actually have. But he's built this entire network. I believe it's called the Good Party or something like that. But he's built this entire network that's designed for, you know, on the ground grassroots campaigning of independent candidates in the hopes of building more independent candidates. I mean, I was looking for that, but somebody, I guess you probably weren't in the room last night, but two people really got into it. One of them was frothing at the mouth, screaming and yelling, and then they both started engaging in it. And it wasn't Brad. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. There was a guy who was basically saying that you should be looking at the laws concerning people who donate and them having to disclose their actual real names. And I went after the guy saying, like, okay, yeah, but who's going to enforce it? But he was basically going around saying that if anyone donates to you as little as a penny, they have to provide their real name, or the state can come after you or the person donating.
Yeah. But that's very far down the line, because we only have to file the FEC donor report when we hit $5,000. So if we don't even hit 5K, there's no reason for any kind of backsplash or. But somebody did donate from Canada the other day, so like that one we're gonna have to kick back. But so far, I think everybody who has donated is like an American. And within compliance of donating, so.
Yeah, I just thought you ought to be aware that there was somebody out there trying to advocate against you, and it was on there. Like, there was other people in the room, and I'm sure we'll give you the whole details, but it was just like.
Yeah.
Last night was very weird in this room. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think I left at some point. I went out for the night and had a beer, but
Yeah. You had like 2 or 3 people just literally screaming at each other for like an hour straight, on the same level of what Brad was doing or what you were just doing to point. It was just like, it was insanity.
Well, that's good. That makes for good TV.
Points on TV. Sure. Points on television. Stupid ass.
Yeah, I don't know the history of that one, but.
You're just angry at me because I'm on television. Stupid ass.
I must have had porn movies.
lot of weird people on the app. But yeah, check it out. I'll keep trying to look for that thing. I think it's called the Good Party.
Yeah, I found it.
You found it? Yeah. And my understanding is that it's a bunch of tools, and I don't know that they're necessarily charged for them. And I don't know what all is in there.
Let's see. Yeah, cool. Get the social media template for library for candidates. Yeah, this would be good because I need it for probably even the website. Maybe I wonder if they can do that.
If you reach out to them and tell them where you are, I actually found out about it because I applied for a job. They were looking for someone to be like I forgot what exactly it was, but it was like something making $100,000 a year in their media coordination or something like that. And so I applied for the job. And then I'm not even sure if they ever gave the job to somebody because they kept sending me stuff to like volunteer, and I know they're trying to get volunteers. But my understanding from some brief interactions with them is if they will give you support based on where you are and their feeling of whether you can succeed or not, and whether you're taking down an incumbent that they believe really ought to be brought down, just so they can brag that their independent candidate took down the incumbent. Right, so they'll put more resources behind you if they believe in you and your district and your circumstances, was the impression I got. So I would reach out to them and say, look, this is who I am, this is where I'm at, I've got this social media following already, I'm doing this thing on YouTube, I'm on Clubhouse, right? Like just give them that you're not just walking in off the street with, directly off the turnip truck, so to speak, if you're old enough to know that one. And I think they probably are likely to throw as much resources behind you as they can do, just so they can claim success.
Yeah, this is cool. This is it shows you how to use Canva to create all these templates, and they have like this PDF instruction thing. So I'll go ahead and redo some stuff. Most of my stuff is so spammy, but also if
I think there's a whole lot. I think there's a whole lot more that they do. It was started by a tech guy who made like millions in tech. And when I first looked at the whole thing, it looked like he was trying to create a third party, but he claims he's not, right? But he, when you look into his history, it is like he's kind of from overseas, got some ethnic questions about it maybe. But I couldn't dig up any dirt because I was looking to go to work for these guys. So I did a pretty deep search. This was months ago, but I didn't find anything that would make me feel embarrassed that if I was working for them, I was working for a foreign entity that would scare me, right? But I'm pretty sure they have a whole assortment of tools for people like you.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. I downloaded their PDF. I signed up. I realized, they want independence, but if you're running as a Republican, we'll see. I can still, I want to read all their stuff and see what they're suggesting here. All right, well, I'm going to leave this room, see what else I can listen to.
Yeah, you're going to end it, right?
Yeah, I can do that if you want.
Yeah, I don't understand the room by myself.
Congress, it's not even controversial. They're describing, for instance, things like talents, things like measurements, things like distribution, and or how the Israelites did specific names to.
These are all just narratives. How does that make it scientific?
Because again, they're using a method of going about the natural world, as they like to say. I hate to use that word, natural, but going about the natural world to do something. But I don't think, I'm confused why you would. I don't think science explains everything. It doesn't. So I don't see why this is
I never said anything about that.
Yeah, so then why is this controversial?
What? So that's not what I'm talking about. That's controversial. What's controversial is that you are saying no to creation. You're saying yes to some parallel universe.
As a scientist.
And I don't know. Yes, bro.
And I gave you 3 alternatives.
I don't listen.
Intelligent design, theistic evolution.
I don't know.
And then
Bro, hold on. You're moving past my points.
Ricky!
So I'm trying to figure out how intelligent design is different from creation, and how creation is different from science, and why what is described in the Bible couldn't be a scientific explanation of why these species came into existence. Why is it? Okay.
Of course, concrete. When I say, for instance, the programmatic view, there is no way. The thing that I love about my framework, like intelligent design, although it's different, it's very similar in a sense.
What's the difference?
So I'm more detailed in terms of the mechanism that is used to create or output from inputs. See what I just did there? Input, output. So these things are mechanisms that are well defined in computer.
Can I have my dad's inheritance back?
Give you the money?
My mom's surgery can't wait. I need the money.
Don't know. Close your mouth. Block off your senses. Blunt your sharpness. Untie your knots. Soften your glare. Settle your dust. This is the primal identity. Be like the Tao. It can't be approached or withdrawn from, benefited or harmed, honored or brought into disgrace. It gives itself up continually. That is why it endures. 57. If you want to be a great leader, you must learn to follow the Tao. Stop trying to control. Let go of fixed plans and concepts, and the world will govern itself. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, the less self-reliant people will be. Therefore, the Master says, I let go of the law, and people become honest. I let go of economics, and people become prosperous. I let go of religion, and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good, and the good becomes common as grass. 58. If a country is governed with tolerance, the people are comfortable and honest. If a country is governed with repression, the people are depressed and crafty. When the will to power is in charge, the higher the ideals, the lower the results. Try to make people happy, and you lay the groundwork for misery. Try to make people moral, and you lay the groundwork for vice. Thus the master is content to serve as an example and not to impose her will. She is pointed, but doesn't pierce. Straightforward, but supple. Radiant, but easy on the eyes. 59. For governing a country well, there is nothing better than moderation. The mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas. Tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight, firm like a mountain, supple like a tree in the wind. He has no destination in view, and makes use of anything life happens to bring his way. Nothing is impossible for him. Because he has let go, he can care for the people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. 62. The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure, the bad man's man's refuge. Honors can be bought with fine words. Respect can be won with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it. Thus, when a new leader is chosen, don't offer to help him with your wealth or your expertise. Offer instead to teach him about the Tao. Don't know. Close your mouth. Block off your senses. Blunt your sharpness. Untie your knots. Soften your glare. Settle your dust. This is the primal identity. Be like the Tao. It can't be approached or withdrawn from, benefited or harmed, honored or brought into disgrace. It gives itself up continually. That is why it endures. 57. If you want to be a great leader, you must learn to follow the Tao. Stop trying to control. Let go of fixed plans and concepts, and the world will govern itself. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, the less self-reliant people will be. Therefore, the Master says, I let go of the law, and people become honest. I let go of economics, and people become prosperous. I let go of religion, and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good, and the good becomes common as grass. 58. If a country is governed with tolerance, the people are comfortable and honest. If a country is governed with repression, the people are depressed and crafty. When the will to power is in charge, the higher the ideals, the lower the results. Try to make people happy, and you lay the groundwork for misery. Try to make people moral, and you lay the groundwork for vice. Thus the Master is content to serve as an example and not to impose her will. She is pointed, but doesn't pierce. Straightforward, but supple. Radiant, but easy on the eyes. 59. For governing a country well, there is nothing better than moderation. The mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas. Tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight, firm like a mountain, supple like a tree in the wind. He has no destination in view, and makes use of anything life happens to bring his way. Nothing is impossible for him. Because he has let go, he can care for the people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child. '60. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. 62. The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure, the bad man's refuge. Honors can be bought with fine words. Respect can be won with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it. Thus, when a new leader is chosen, don't offer to help him with your wealth or your expertise. Offer instead to teach him about the Tao. Why did the ancient masters esteem the Tao? Because being one with the Tao, when you seek, you find. And when you make a mistake, you are forgiven. That is why everybody loves it. 63. Act without doing. Work without effort. Think of the small as large, and the few as many. Confront the difficult while it is still easy. Accomplish the great task by a series of small acts. The master never reaches for the great. Thus she achieves greatness. When she runs into a difficulty, she stops and gives herself to it. She doesn't cling to her own comfort. Thus, problems are no problem for her.
Yeah. So, let me tell you. So we've been.
64.
Looking at the scenario.
What is rooted is easy to nourish. What is recent is easy to correct. What is brittle is easy to break. What is small is easy to scatter. Prevent trouble before it arises. Put things in order before they exist. The giant pine tree grows from a tiny sprout. The journey of 1,000 miles starts from beneath your feet. Rushing into action, you fail. Trying to grasp things, you lose them. Forcing a project to completion, you ruin what was almost ripe. Therefore, the master takes action by letting things take their course. He remains as calm at the end as at the beginning. He has nothing, thus has nothing to lose. What he desires is non-desire. What he learns is to unlearn. He simply reminds people of who they have always been. He cares about nothing but the Tao. Thus, he can care for all things. 65. The ancient masters didn't try to educate the people, but kindly taught them to not know. When they think that they know the answers, people are difficult to guide. When they know that they don't know, people can find their own way. If you want to learn how to govern, avoid being clever or rich. The simplest pattern is the clearest. Content with an ordinary life, you can show all people the way back to their own true nature. '66. All streams flow to the sea because it is lower than they are. Humility gives it its power. If you want to govern the people, you must place yourself below them. If you want to lead the people, you must learn how to follow them. The master is above the people, and no one feels oppressed. She goes ahead of the people, and no one feels manipulated. The whole world is grateful to her because she competes with no one. No one can compete with her. 67. Some say that my teaching is nonsense. Others call it lofty, but impractical. But to those who have looked inside themselves, this nonsense makes perfect sense. And to those who put it into practice, this loftiness has roots that go deep. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Simple in actions and in thoughts, you return to the source of being.
I don't like how she was treating Jay. So what's gonna
Patient with both friends
I don't like
and enemies.
how, she's treating Maude, so I'm gonna tell whomever all of her information. It like pivots to the next to the next. This is why I don't trust this girl, absolutely at all. But that's how much I do not like the whole doxing.
Well, I'll play some clip. So, this is from his room earlier. And so, I like largely stayed, just kind of avoided Jay, I've been cordial with him. But, here's some stuff he said, and I'll address it.
Keep it 100, shall we? Let's really have the conversation. People like to complain about doxing, it's not cool, but then it looks at Mon's room, where it's doxed me and doxed many others, right? And it makes no sense to me. You got people like Pepe who doxes people, but hello, good white America, and you have 1,000 people in there singing Kumbaya with that piece of shit. Makes no fucking sense to me. I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody on the stage, everybody in this room.
Okay, is it a different level?
You're all susceptible to getting doxed, and then you're gonna feel outrage. When it happens to you, you'll feel the fucking outrage.
I think it's funny. So I've like re-released Jay's stuff, and then I've used Roger's picture. I've never like doxed anybody on this app. I don't see. The thing is though, is I don't give out my personal phone number or click up with people from on here. So I don't really have that information readily available. And it's just not my style. Like I'm not entertained by, and then of course you can get into the legal drama, and who needs that? It's not my style. But it's basically, it's a recurring theme. I remember when when I got into it with him, I don't know, almost a couple years ago, he was saying, and I don't want to see any of you in Pepe's rooms. None of you go into Pepe's rooms. He's trying to tell people to stay out of my room. He fucking hates it when other people have rooms that are open. Like, he's one of those people that he has to be the person that's getting all the fucking attention. He's just like I wouldn't even say, I would say he's kind of a clout chaser, but it goes a lot deeper than that. I'll get into it. There's a lot, there's a lot of us that we don't really do it openly on here, but we laugh when he's fucking using room. Oh, hey, look at you. You're beautiful. Oh, hey, I just want to say shout out. Yes, you're the nicest person on here. Oh, you're the smartest person. Have you ever seen a level of superficial flattery like that? That is not a normal fucking person. Only a goddamn con man does that. All right? Like, I was going to be quiet. He says I'm mentally ill. I'm not mentally ill. He's a fucking retard. But he clearly has cluster B personality traits like narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. When it comes to superficial charm, just look up how fucking common that is with both of those diagnoses. And often if you have one, you're going to have traits of the other. Those two disorders are pretty enmeshed. Now, you got to think this to yourself. Somebody who has that kind of a history as him, who's had that, then while on this app, it's the same shit. He gets caught lying. He ends up fucking with people. He plays people. He sucks your fucking dick so he can get a goddamn platform on your stage. Then he tries to muscle out the other people on the fucking stage. Does it sound familiar? How many houses has this happened in? When he mods a fucking room, what does he do? He goes, oh, wait, hold on. He has to exhibit this control. I'm in charge here. Yeah, he wants everybody to know and everybody to respect. I'm in charge here. You're not in charge of shit. But, if I had his life, once again, his name's public and, where he lives is, I won't even go there. But, and then what do you hear him do? He always has to chime in and give his 2 fucking cents after every person goes. And it's just like, his narcissistic supply. I say something, everybody will say, yay for you, and then he gets the praise and attention and recognition he's looking for. Which to me, that is literally, that is not a normal fucking thing. This guy doesn't even formulate a fucking thought, an idea of his own. He doesn't have any motive, he doesn't have any ideological bend like most of us do on here. He literally goes with the fucking flow. It's whatever will give him attention and recognition. And I've caught him making up so many lies, even about me. And you know what? If he does, there's no way to protect yourself from getting doxxed and completely protect yourself. If I get doxxed, I don't have a criminal record, motherfucker. I haven't lied about my age. I haven't lied about anything. I never said.
Come on, Pepe, don't lie to us. You've never been to jail. Come on, we don't believe that.
Amazing. But I'm not somebody who's gone around making outrageous claims like super successful guy, any of that shit. I don't. What's more pathetic?
Fair. At least you're honest.
What's more pathetic than being like, let's say, a fucking loser and being figured out for being a loser is being somebody who lied about being a loser. You're now more pathetic. Just food for thought.
Yeah, I don't understand why everyone feels the need to be like, hey, I'm so successful, I did all this. Like, nobody cares, right? Like, I think if people can smell the bullshit, but I think it's a sign of insecurity when people overinflate both what they do and how much money they make. Like, I've never been someone to do that. I find it to be quite strange.
Well, of course it is. And, I come on here to do stuff that is like, if anything, is going to, when it comes to future employment, it could affect me. I have like a weird, and some of the talks would be, I'm obviously like a troll, and I'm somebody who also does like, I do it like kind of in a comedic way, but.
You need to take testosterone and go punch a punching bag, bro.
I literally boxed for years, you fucking bitch. Shut the fuck up.
That's not an effective way to handle anger. It's actually like not, you're teaching yourself behavioral patterns which are kind of dangerous.
So, but I don't know, I'll just play some more clips because it's just like a bunch of stupid bullshit and I'll address them and we'll
Pepe, why are you upset again? What has you...
Oh no, it's a
Marvin, stay on mute.
I know,
do not speak to Mother Superior like this. Stay on mute, please.
Oh
okay?
my God, we're hoping you will.
Okay. Of course I will.
It's Mother Superior's time of the month. Just give a tap on. It'll be.
That was yesterday. Okay, I'm good today.
No, that's not what your ass said.
All right, so here I'll play another clip.
Wait, what?
Jesus Christ, Nicholas!
Bye.
Okay, here's another clip.
Yo, Pepe's the type of person who's so mentally unstable that if you disagree with him, he'll broadcast your entire family's names, addresses, social numbers. He has no fucking shit.
I'm so mentally unstable that I will broadcast your family members' names, addresses, and social security numbers. Okay, I'll tell you
this is against JP?
Hold on, no, stop. I'm in the middle of something. Dude.
Oh, okay, I gotta go to the audience. I can't be involved in this conversation.
So, I literally, I'll put $1,000 on it. Give any time where I ended up giving up somebody's social security number or address or family member. It's not happening. Find the fucking clip. And I'm leaving this on. On replay. Okay, find one fucking clip. The years I've been here. Where I did that. You're not going to find it. I did not do it. So once again, this pathological liar doing the same usual bullshit he does. He even, a couple years ago he was doing this shit. And it's funny because it's like, he has to sell this scenario like, oh yeah, Pepe, he was doxing Roger, he was giving out addresses, no I didn't, motherfucker, I gave out his goddamn screenshot of a picture from YouTube, dipshit. But you have to feel like the hero, you have to feel like the good guy. I'll stand on my 10, I will protect anybody that I'm friends with on this app. Oh, take it easy, fucking tough guy. We've all seen your fat fucking ass. I mean, like speaking of another goddamn, ugly motherfucker. Like the hero, okay? Fat fuck. And who the fuck are you gonna, in real life, I would, literally, you wouldn't stand a fucking chance. And that's the funny challenging people to fights. That's fucking pathetic. But you want to act like a fucking tough guy online. Be my guest. Fucking loser. But he's everybody's hero. So
Well,
let's look more at this
I got some clips of you from last night, Pepe, because I cross-streamed your room into Roger's room, and so we were all listening to your room last night. But I'll play those clips in a minute. Go ahead.
Amazing.
The one thing that you can do to piss me off is insult my intelligence. And people like fucking Pepe, bro, I'm telling you, you guys gonna fucking hang out with that dude until he turns on you. You can't talk.
Guys, come in my rooms. Please don't go in his rooms. I need the attention. I'm the top dog. I'm the one that needs who needs the audience. I'm the best mod on the app. Best mod on the app? What kind of gay shit is that? Best mod? What the fuck? Do you know any of the people who have big rooms on this app that can actually do it on themselves? They didn't suck people off in order to get a fucking audience. Like me, motherfucker, I got this goddamn app. I was Clubhouse famous, bitch. All by my goddamn self. You stupid, goofy motherfucker. What have you done? You end up leeching off, you end up finding the Million Man Marathon. You end up weaseling your dumb narcissistic antisocial ass onto the Healthy Debates admin team. And you moderate. You don't produce content. You don't have an original thought of your fucking own, bro. But that, and I'm sure you're glad Roger's gone. Now you get Healthy Debates all to yourself. You get that narcissistic supply. You get to tell everybody how smart they are. Oh, my wonderful friend, I have to introduce her. Oh, you look lovely in your PTR. Dude, do you understand that you do that to everybody on your fucking stage, you fucking creep? The sad thing is that people with J's, you can look this up, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder. People with his ailment, those are not treatable. And they're lifelong. This motherfucker can't change. He's always going to be a parasitic person. He's always going to be a person that charms and cons his way into whatever he wants.
Yeah, but
He's going to seek
Pepe,
excessive validation and praise and attention because that's how he's wired. And so,
but Pepe, how
I
much?
keep wasting time on this sick fuck. All right, you're going down to the audience.
It's projection.
And speaking of mentally ill, I mean, John, look at you, dude. Like, here you are, a grown man in your fucking 40s. You're sitting around in your fucking underwear. You have, 50 goddamn cell phones all pointing around, streaming to different fucking platforms? Nobody fucking listens to you. You have zero goddamn audience. You sit there and respond to one of your accounts with all of your other accounts and vice versa. And you just say stupid fucking shit. You can't string along a fucking coherent opinion or belief or anything. You don't, you're barely even funny. Sometimes you have your moments. Like, where the fuck are you doing with this? I mean, in all reality, John, what the fuck are you doing? You just annoy everybody on here because you're constantly fucking streaming their rooms. Everybody on this app looks at you as a mentally ill, deranged fucking person. John, you're not fucking normal. I mean, this is fucking stupid. But I'm actually one of those people, John, that despite how much you told me I'm a dumbass, I'm a piece of shit, I don't read books, I don't do any of this shit.
Yeah,
I never cuss you out. I don't, the most I usually do is put you in the audience. And you're getting paid for a fucking fool by Roger. I'm guessing you're smart enough to know that, but you're willing to utilize the attention and the platform for whatever fucking reason. But dude, whatever the fuck you're doing, John, why? Like, what
Why me? Why you,
It's like
Pepe?
seriously retarded. But let me look at another clip. More clips. Saying, what is he saying here?
No, I just wanted to put you on point. I met with my that big shit. Why? Because he's an insecure, mentally unstable, little big man who, when you disagree with him, he has no shame in doubting you or your family. I mean, he thinks he's untouchable. See, that's what happens, right? People think they have the anonymity of these apps, that they can't be touched. Bro, in this country, they kill fucking presidents. Anybody can be touched.
Anybody can be touched. Fucking wannabe. You know, this piece of shit met somebody that was on this app. And he said, yeah, I got a little bit of a history I need to tell you about. You know, I had the largest prostitution ring in Manhattan. Oh, shit, gangster. This low-down, two-bit piece of shit got Craigslist ads. Got a dumpy fucking hotel. Had a fucking woman sleep with between 50 and 60 people over the course of 2 fucking days. Didn't give her fucking money. Basically held her hostage. And he claimed, I mean, obviously he didn't have, he pled to the prostitution or whatever facilitating the charge. He fucking knows. He made her give him a blowjob as a test of her loyalty. I mean, it's just so funny. So, I mean, I could name the name. I don't have to do that here, but when were you the biggest pimp? I'm just curious. So when does the person who runs the biggest prostitution ring in Manhattan have to resort to scamming unwitting Craigslist women on Craigslist, unwitting basically people that get scammed? I mean, are you Heidi fucking Fleiss? Is that what it is? Are you Heidi Fleiss? Motherfucker, he got top-notch girls. You ran the biggest prostitution ring, you would have women working for you. You'd be paying them. You'd be protecting them. You failed at being a pimp. You fucking loser. You failed at being a pimp.
And I agree that Alan's analogy is, laughable, and Alan should be ashamed of himself for it. But the thing is, he did agree with what I said after he said he didn't agree with me, so I think I made my point about, deferring taxes to the national debt.
I'm not getting his name out here.
Well, what do you do with the waste?
Sloppy fuck. You know that? The real fat sloppy.
That's what I was bringing up.
Defeating China, seal borders, stop illegal immigration, ban Confucius Institutes and TikTok,
but guess
and
what? You find out I'm French.
Confucius
Find out I'm French. Find out I don't have a
does not
record.
compete with anyone,
And you find out I didn't lie
as
about
no
it.
one can compete with
But you know what you do is you lie.
souls.
You lie to people. Admit it, you're a 2-bit chump. You don't even have the ability to be a pimp. That's how much of a lowlife you are. You had to scam these fucking women and basically hold them there for a couple of days and have them get ran through by a bunch of fucking men and kept the money. And you're sorry ass. And I remember that heartfelt story you gave me how, I'm not gonna lie, Pepe, nice person in prison, I cried. I would cry too. Personally, if I was in prison, I would have taken a fucking towel from the top of my bunk, and like the worthless, no good piece of shit I would have been if I had did a crime like you. I'm just saying, I personally would not have the heart to continue to live. I would say my life is not worth preserving. I brought so much dishonor and shame upon myself, and I'm such a fucking failure in life to begin with. I'm just saying personally, I don't think anybody should commit suicide. But then, I mean, that's what I would have done if I had been in your situation, Jay. But I'm mentally unstable. What am I diagnosed with, motherfucker? You just make up these stupid fucking claims. I remember when August ended up making who does the preservation of human race rooms, ended up doing he thought I was being too friendly with Jews. He put whatever those hats are that Orthodox Jews use and like the sideburns and shit. He's like, you see this? Pepe wore this right on the day after October 7th to make fun of the women that did it. Motherfucker, I said I'll pull August in to show, into the room to tell you that he did it. You made that shit up. It's like you make up everything else in your fucking life. You fucking rat piece of shit. I mean, in that small little dingy fucking place you live, I'm sure you're not getting any bitches there, are you, Jay? I saw your shitty little pizza shop before it got fucking closed down. In the pandemic, what do you do for a living now? I saw that you have now next level, what is it? Content creator. Jay, why did you do that? Are you gonna end up forcing more girls to quote unquote do a photo shoot, but then have them get plowed by a bunch of men? In fact, why don't you talk about that model mayhem profile that you created in 2016, where you were looking for women to quote unquote model, but it doesn't involve sex. The year you get out of prison, people like you don't change. And let me guess, those accusations were all lies. It's all lies. I have haters. Who hates you, you fat motherfucker? What have you accomplished in your fucking life? You're a fucking loser. No, there's not a father on this fucking planet who would want you near their fucking daughter. You piece of fucking shit, and you know it. You're a fucking cockroach. And I would love, you can't be touched. Try it. Dude, that would be a fucking gift to me. I live in a stand your ground state. You wouldn't only get humbled. I'll just say that. You think you're gonna do something to me, fucking loser? You aren't shit. You never have been shit. We can talk about your traumatic childhood, though. Ooh. But the gift keeps on giving, doesn't it, Jay? But hey, KK, I just want to welcome you up on my stage. You look gorgeous. Probably the smartest woman on the app. Hi, KK. You're like my best friend. But the gift keeps on.
He does gaslight every woman. Until you say something or write something in the chat he doesn't like. But yeah, he does do that. He's known for that. We all know that. He does it for guys.
Yeah. Of course he does. He's a kiss ass. And I'm sure when you were in prison, you were doing the same thing. You fucking degenerate. Tell me, you guys can tell me in the chat. You get this fucking loser. He's never done anything successful in his fucking life. He pled guilty to it. We know at the very least that what he did to those women was that he forced them to have sex and didn't pay them. And there's a whole bunch of women. A whole bunch of men. 50 to 60. Now, with that being said, he comes on this app and lies. Even about that. I was the biggest pimp in Manhattan. You fucking faggot. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You're a goddamn con man. Catch a con. Talk about projection, you stupid motherfucker. You still con people. Tell me, Jay, what are you doing with this next level content creator business you just opened up, Jay? You're a content creator, right? Because you know how to use a goddamn mod badge and self-aggrandize in between every other fucking speaker? like the narcissistic piece of shit you are. But you know, people like you have to understand about Jay. Personality disorders, especially cluster B personality disorders, those are lifelong. There's very little you can do about them. Borderline personality disorder, you know, I guess you can kind of work with. But and you just look it up: antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder. These are the type of people that end up going to prison for doing things like conning people, having excessive superficial charm. That's what you're dealing with. He doesn't have a normal brain. You know, the Soviets had a way to remedy people like him. They called them gulags. And there's some other shit too. But anyways, let's get some more clips. Let's hear what else this fucking badass had to say. So this is funny. So this guy says, I happen to live near Pepe and know who he is. And of course he says, I'm not going to do anything with that information. But listen to what Jay's saying to him. This shit is funny.
When you jump into a room and you weren't part of a conversation, I was looking at it from the standpoint I wasn't involved with Pepe last night, but I know Pepe, I know where he is, I know who he is, and he ran the risk one time of something happening. I was able to find out. I live very close to him. Not that I would ever take any extra to do it, but you run the risk when you're behaving on an app that some people will ultimately do some research on you. And ultimately, you've got a responsibility whether you take any extra or not. I'm not saying it's good that if someone's attacking one's family, JB. So I do withdraw. It was not the best.
See, I didn't attack anybody's family. Never have done it. But
Comments I've made, I'm the first to own it, so I apologize about that. But my point being is that you don't really have any.
So, where's the other part?
When you jump into a room and you are very close to them, not that I would ever take any extra. Some people will ultimately do some research on you, and ultimately you've got a responsibility whether you take any extra or not. I'm not saying it's good. Withdraw. It was not the best comment I've made.
Not.
I'm here, so I don't really.
Sometime.
That was the only point I was trying to.
Think you're type of somebody.
onto some.
You want? If anybody heard about your fucking record, they would say, do not go near that motherfucker. You see, people don't just have a lapse, a slip up. Oopsie daisy. I went out of my way to do a Craigslist ad. Then I found myself in a dumpy hotel. Then I locked this bitch in a hotel room. Then I had 50 guys full of fucking trains on that bitch and took and kept all the goddamn money. Oopsie, I made a mistake. No, it's because you're a sick sociopath. You're a sick fuck. Normal people would never, ever do that. Normal people don't make those mistakes. Normal people might come home and see their wife is cheating and get mad and end up, like shooting her or something. I guess that could happen. The crime of passion. But what you did was premeditated. What you did, you only a super sick fuck would do it. And that's why you sat there in prison, rotting away like the piece of shit you fucking are. You're not even, to call you just like a loser is like, it's that's just too good. Like because a loser is somebody who, or a bum is somebody who just doesn't really contribute much. Or on the other hand, you're somebody who's a toxic to everybody you're around. You're always just trying to use people for something. So I'm like, hey, we're close friends on here. Can I give you a call? How many close friends can you have, you dumb fuck? There's like one person on here I can call like a close friend. You can't, who uses this fucking language? You fucking slimy snake. Like you were truly just a despicable piece of shit. But let's go ahead and tell everybody how you ran the biggest prostitution ring. Fucking fake ass gangster, you're a piece of shit. We can start. I won't even go there. But I understand you're hurt. If I had a childhood like yours, I'd be hurt too. Let's see what else. Alright, well, I don't know what he's rambling about in this one.
NY, Kelly, Roger, and SGG. There's a couple more. These are my friends. Royal, if you come after them, you dox them, I promise you, you're gonna see a side of you you do not like.
What is that side of you, Jay?
Yours? I'm sorry.
What is that side of you?
It was overrun with ghosts and drunks.
This is so funny. Like this motherfucker couldn't do anything. Like he would not. I fought for fucking decades, bitch. What the fuck are you gonna do? Like you're so goddamn goofy. I literally know people that were world fucking champions and that want to go medal in the Olympics for a foreign country. They don't talk like you. Like who the fuck do you think you are? You're a fucking nobody. You don't have any fighting spirit. I mean, look at your goddamn bills. What the fuck are you gonna do? Tough guy? I mean, if you knew I lived next door to you, you would have never get that fucking tone to speak. I promise you that. I mean, watch your fucking mouth. I don't think anybody on here is like fool. Like you are a fucking pussy. I mean, quit the fucking tough guy act. Somebody you've never seen before. What are you gonna do? You're not a gangster. You're somebody who took advantage of women and forced them to have sex with men without money. And of course, there are other accusations, which you didn't lead to that one. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? I mean, you're fucking pathetic, bro. Another side of me. Come to Arizona, you stupid fuck. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? dox me. Oh my god, if you dox me, there's no dirt on me, you stupid fuck. You know, and that's the thing, is that maybe you think that, like, oh, well, maybe he has some skeletons in his closet like me. No, chump, we're not built the fucking same. I don't have that bone in my body to take advantage of women like that. I don't even have it in my body to scam people. You do. But you always have an excuse. That's the funny part. Is when you had all these accusations on Clubhouse. Oh no, these are just mentally ill or deranged people. Well, why were you going into mental health rooms flirting with these bitches? Why did you do that?
Wait, what?
That's how Jade met a lot of these women.
Oh no, that's like trying to control women? Like,
well, I don't know, befriend him, who knows? He's a creep.
Okay. I didn't know that, sorry to...
I mean, people like him, they're born that way, they can't help it. There's no changing it. You guys can look it up. What is the treatment for antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder? There is no fucking treatment. You can try to deal with the symptoms, but they're highly resistant to not only actually wanting treatment, because it's not, these aren't disorders that cause any kind of dysphoria. So, and of course, your brain is literally wired differently from normal people's. So they behave that way. And, you know, in a way you feel sad for them, but I mean, you know, there's some dogs that are just mean. They're wired that way. Whether it was because of how they were raised, their genes, doesn't matter. They're just nasty fucking dogs. You can't trust them. But let's see what else Mr. Tough Guy, the Protector has to say.
Who's gonna take it to real life like you did? I don't care. Hold on, Dad.
He's gonna take it to real life. Fucking idiot.
Dad, I believe in an eye for an eye. You fuck with my people, I'll come. And even if it has nothing to do with me, I'll come with you. Because to me, see, I'm old school. Loyalty's not a word of slang.
Loyalty, motherfucker. Like, look at him acting like he's like it was that like fucking mobbed up or some shit. You piece of shit. You're not loyal to anybody. You fucking two-bit chump. You were never part of a fucking gang. You were never part of any kind of crew. You never even committed a sophisticated crime, let alone like street level crime that would be quote unquote gang related. You had to prey on you know, disillusioned fucking women that you conned from Craigslist ads. You fucking parasitic piece of shit. I mean, really, how does a motherfucker like this even live with himself? Like, I would not be able to fucking live with myself. Every time I look in the mirror and I tried to have some self-confidence, I would say I am that utterly selfish, horrible piece of shit that put that woman through, that woman through what I did. How do you do it? I don't know. I mean, it's just the fact, but what killed me is the fact that not only I did it, but that's inside me. No, he's gonna say I'm mentally unstable on this and that. Who's the motherfucker who's come out on this app and ever said, Pepe's been in my back channel. Pepe's asking for pics. Pepe showed me a picture of his dick. When has that ever happened? You guys know if it would have happened, they would have made content out of it. Never happened. Never happened. Who have I stalked on this app? Nobody. It's never happened. This piece of shit is a whole nother fucking story. Women on this fucking app have accused him of it. But that's because he can't change. He's a fucking loser. But I'm mentally unstable. Look, buddy. I'm not the one saying I'll make it happen in real life. I don't do that shit. And by the way, that's the easy way to catch a felony, you fucking retard. You're probably not smart enough to have learned that lesson after you already got your dumb ass sent to prison the first time, huh? But I actually know people, or especially one person who did get federal charges for threatening someone online like that. Really not smart. And it's happened to people on Clubhouse even. So, another reason I don't go threatening people online. And plus, I'm in my fucking 40s. I think he might be late 40s, early 50s. Do I want to go, like, show up in court in my fucking 40s in front of a judge? So I see you were saying you were going to go kick somebody's ass online. Okay, making interstate threats, so your bail is going to be set at $20,000. And I have to explain why I was doing this in my fucking 40s. Goddamn loser, but a piece of shit like you with no self-respect, or let alone self-control, you're a slave to your fucking disease-ridden brain. You can't help yourself. That's why you did what you did the first time and had to go to prison. That's why your slimy, opportunistic piece of shit ass ended up fucking taking advantage of those women the way you did. Because you're a predator. A pure fucking predator. You're somebody who cannot be trusted. And you're a fucking snake. A lot of people call you a fucking snake behind your back. You don't even know it. There's some people that are a little clueless and didn't catch on. There were people from the dark side. Remember when you used to come and dick suck on my fucking stage? Oh, hi, Pepe. Hi, wow, I really like your rooms, Pepe. You know, there were some people that managed content creators on here back when they were getting paid. Said, stay away from him. Stay away from him. And I was like, well, he's nice to me. I mean, no, I've heard the reputation. You know when I turned on you? Is when I remember you ended up weaseling your way onto the not Million Marathon, Healthy Debates room. All of a sudden, you got this platform, and you had an audience, you know, for the first time since I had known you. Then I see like how you did. I could tell that like, wow, this is all just about him having a sense of power and control. He constantly has to exert his dominance on stage, which is really weird. Generally, a man that's secure is not going to feel the need to like display his dominance, you know, on something like a goddamn voice audio app. But then it was just this self-aggrandizing, claptrap statements that you kept on fucking making in between everybody else. And I remember there's this guy, and he ended up pausing. Jay ended up pausing for like, I don't know, good 2 or 3 seconds, and this guy, he started speaking. He's like, hey, do my done speaking here? And then, you know, this guy seemed like he's a little timid, and I said, yeah, you sounded like it. He said, what, you gonna check me on my stage, Pepe? I said, yeah. He's like, where's your stage, Pepe? Where's White America? You know, he's basically like trying to, like, rub it in my face, and this is the first time I ever got into it with him. Like, rub it in my face that somehow he's a big shot now because he got a mod on Healthy Debates. And then I was like, oh, okay. And at that time, it was right after October 7th. He was grifting off of the fucking Jewish clubhouse. He was saying, and explain to the Jewish community this, Jay. You said you were friends with Shlomi, or Shlomo, I personally don't know him, and Jake. Now, Jake used to come into my rooms. I wouldn't call him a friend. In fact, I don't even really remember him. People were saying that, no, he was in your rooms. All right, I'll take your word for it. Okay, so you did not know them. But at the time, you were telling people they were your friends. What kind of sick, opportunistic piece of shit. And for you guys who don't know, Jake and Shlomo, they on October 7th, they were both working security at the Nova Music Festival. Jake ended up losing his life. He got killed by the terrorists that day. Shlomo, he ended up he's back on the app from what I've seen him, but he was held hostage for months and months, and he was rescued in Gaza. So this was like, you know, this is before he got rescued. They didn't know if he was dead or alive. Now, can you imagine, like lying and saying you were friends with these two people and you didn't even fucking know them? Like, that is so sick. I mean, this guy he has no fucking shame, which is typical for sociopaths. Shame and guilt are two emotions that is seldomly ever experienced by them. But I mean, this just shows you his fucking character. But you know, a lot of you people are stupid enough. You guys will see that he's up here. He compliments you. He He has all of this superficial flattery and charm. He's going to tell you you look beautiful. Oh, you're smart. Oh, I like hearing what he has to say, yada, yada. He does it to all of you. Then he's going to end up giving his quote-unquote righteous take. Yeah, I think, I think we need to stand up against these people, and I'll tell you what. If there's ever anybody that you need to call, you call me. I'll be right there. I will be to your rescue. Like, he does that kind of shit. He's just trying to get, validation, basically, that he's like, oh, yes, he's a honorable, heroic guy. But he's not. He's fucking pathetic. So, food for thought. But yeah, this guy's sick. And, his main thing that he would do, even 2 years ago and today, don't go in Pepe's rooms. Don't go in Pepe's rooms. First, he would threaten them, and saying, well, so with the Jewish side of Clubhouse, he'd say, and you know what, if I see you in Pepe's rooms, you don't even bother coming back in here. So he did it through, use of threats. Then, now it's just like, oh, he's going to dox you. Motherfuckers, show receipts. $1,000. Show receipts where I end up doxing somebody's address, phone number, relative, or giving somebody's real fucking name. You can't do it, chump. But I see that you were chomping at the bit when you saw that guy said he knew who I was because I lived nearby. Oh, hey, take your back in. I'm going to call you right after this. Fucking piece of shit. And he talks about loyalty. Loyalty? What, mother? You lie to people, motherfucker. Part of being loyal is not lying. You stupid fuck. You're a liar. You lie to people. How are you a loyal or upstanding person when you went to prison for what the fuck you did, you piece of fucking shit? You're a goddamn lowlife. That is why that news article made national headlines. Because it was shocking. Because of how horrible it was. Only a depraved, disgusting, sociopathic individual like your fucking self would even, like, who does that? And then you have the nerve to say, oh, well, I own my past. I stand on 10. No, you don't, you stupid motherfucker, because you tried to lie about it so many times. And the fact that you even hold your chin up high after you did that is fucking weird. Go tuck your tail and chain, you fucking little bitch. You know your life is fucking over after that. There's not a goddamn woman you can marry where their fucking family's gonna, and of course no mentally sane woman would marry you. Nobody would attend the fucking wedding. And the other thing is your behavior. It hasn't stopped. The superficial charm, the fucking lying, the being a goddamn snake and using people, justifying your stupid shit you've done in the past, gaslighting people about it, fabricating what you actually did. You can't change, and I understand it's a lifelong illness. You're a piece of shit. Nobody's gonna like you. You're never gonna have lasting friends. People with your disorder never have lasting friends. You know you've never had stability in your fucking life. That's part of the course. Part of the course with your fucking with your mental illness. You want to call me mentally unstable? You stupid fat fuck. We all know what kind of monster you are, you piece of shit. You're pathetic. Fucking pathetic. And you actually have the nerve to come on here like you're some kind of good guy. Oh, yeah, changed. Oh, no, you haven't, motherfucker. Tell me this. Why did you create a model mayhem profile the year after or the year that you did get out of prison? Saying, oh, I'm looking for models for quote-unquote sex work. Why did you do that? Why did you go back to your old ways, Jay? Why did you do it? You can't help yourself, can you? Why did women on here accuse you of fucking harassing them? Of trying to blackmail them? Of you, and why did you send the nude material to the other mods of Million Marathon, Jay? Why'd you do it? What makes you think that is normal? just once again to show that we're not the same. Where's the accusers for me? Why we know that I would have been dragged to death if somebody would have came out. If there was a picture of my penis, everybody would have seen it. They would have been calling me like, "Oh, look at that little pink wiener. Fuck that white boy." You know, dude, Black Clubhouse would have a field day with it. Everybody would have a field day with it. And then the creepy text. If I sent some creepy text to some woman, dude, you know they would fucking drag me. But you do it. What about masculinity mindset, Jay? Why is it that you had a Clubhouse user that ended up having a business idea and you literally verbatim stole his idea and created a website? Why? And you're going to be a masculinity coach. Look at the fucking dump you live in. Look at that fucking dump you live in. I mean, I'm guessing you're on government assistance or you have some family help, but I mean, obviously not a lot of help because you live in a fucking dump. Masculinity? What the fuck is masculine about you, motherfucker? Do you protect? No. You're a predator. Do you provide? No, you can't even provide for your fucking self, you piece of shit. What's masculine about you? Nothing. You're like a little bitch online. You have to, you seek attention and validation for your narcissistic supply. This is all you have. You know this too, Jay. You're nobody. Who the fuck, and you know this. How does that conversation go, Jay, when you know women are going to learn of your past? Of course, they'll end up seeing that you play games and that you're going to get caught in your lies, and, you know, it generally, like people with your disorder, it generally isn't going to work out anyways. But how does it go, Jay? How do those conversations go? How do those conversations go when you have to explain, when you have to read those news articles and you have to explain why you did it? How do you spin that, Jay? What's your excuse? Because you know you have an excuse. What's your excuse? I mean, you don't have an excuse. The reality is this. Normal men, real men, men that are masculine, don't do shit like that. They don't. It's beyond them. I wouldn't say even beneath them. It's like, they're just not wired that way. See, they don't slip up to fuck up and do shit like that because they don't even have the impulse to do that. They're not born like predators. But you know who are real men, Jay? The cops that slap those fucking cuffs on your fat, sorry ass, put you in the goddamn paddy wagon, and let you rot for several fucking years in the slammer. The judge that slammed the goddamn gavel on and said, you're a fucking threat and a menace to society, you disgust me, you're going to the fucking big house. The guards that slammed the fucking iron gates door on you every fucking night to make sure that the rest of society was safe from a fucking predator like you. Those are men, Jay. They can hold a normal fucking job. They protect society. They're protectors. People call those cops that slap cuffs on you. Women called them. Help! I need help. Guess who comes? A man. A masculine man. He provides and protects. What do? You're the person they have to call and get a man to either put you down or lock up. You fucking cockroach. But I'd love to hear how you spin this. Are you going to say, no, nobody goes into Pepe's rooms anymore? Nobody. You can't go in there. He's going to dox you. Once again, if there's anybody here, $1,000. If you have a clip of me doxing somebody, giving their name, address, and I'm not talking about me passing along the news article about, Jay. I'm talking about, like, doxing people, giving their phone number, social security, place of work, any of that shit. Show it. These motherfuckers don't have it. But Jay wants you to believe, I'm the sicko. I'm the nut. I'm the, what did he call me? mentally unstable guy you have to look out for. Really? This pathological lying piece of shit who can't help himself? He's normal? The guy who just started up a new fucking LLC? It has to do with content creation. God, it sounds awfully similar. But I don't know. I mean, but the question does stand, Jay. Why did you rip off that idea of the other guy? Why did you lie and say you were the biggest pimp in Manhattan when you met him? You know, the brown guy that I'll just say Hispanic guy that served in the military and intelligence. Why did you tell him that, Jay? Why did you lie about what you did? You're not some fucking criminal mastermind. You can't even manage your own fucking life. You fucking loser. That's why you're living in that little fucking shithole, trying to get your narcissistic supply. Is it the only time you feel normal is when you're getting to moderate a room and you get to, you know, feel like you're being heard. You get to feel like you're in control. You suck, dude. Like, you're a fucking failure at life. I mean, ladies, just think about that. Every time you go on his stage and he says, "Wow, you're looking really good in your PTR. Oh, wow, honey, you look great." Think about who's telling you that. What do you think he told those fucking women that he scammed on Craigslist? "Hey, beautiful, I want you to prove your loyalty by giving me a blowjob." "Oh, don't worry, honey. I know, it's been a day. You've been like 25 guys so far, but you're doing great, honey. Keep on at it." That's the guy that you want to... That's the guy that's mentally stable? How do you not get the creepy crawlies just every time this motherfucker talks to you? And I'm straight up being honest. Like, if I was his age, living where he lived, and, you know, fuck going to prison, the fact that I knew I had it in me to do what he did, and that I did it. Bro, my life, I'm not living my life. I'm checking out. I would literally have the impulse. And I'm not saying how he should feel. I'm just telling you how I would feel if I was him, or if I had done something like that. Every time I had to look at my fucking face in the mirror and say, "What are you gonna be proud of today, bitch?" What the fuck do you have to be proud of? You're a goddamn sociopath. You can't fucking change. You're parasitic. You're predatory. You know, you still try to fucking scam women, get naked photos of them. And after you did that, what you did to those women in New York, and that's not a little fuck up. You really go out of your way to do that. What is there to be proud of? What is there to move on from? Like, how do I look in the mirror and have even hope? I would be so disgusted. And you have to understand, sociopaths, and, you know, he obviously has a lot of narcissistic traits. They don't feel, you know, the disgust, the shame, the guilt that normal people feel, they don't feel it. Sorry, I got a phone call. But, yeah, I just, and I'll ask the guys in here, they can even answer that. Like, how, if knowing that's who you are, and that's like what's going to follow you the rest of your life, how would you ever wake up in the morning and be able to, like, I guess it's just, I wouldn't have the ability to forgive myself. I guess that's more or less, and just it's just like, how do you look at something and say, hey, champ, you know, you have it rough today, but you can do better, bro. Just try hard today, man. Just keep your head up. I would not be able to do that. I would just say, like, you're a disgusting fucking monster. And, like, that is, like, I just know how, I'm that type of person. Like, I don't like hurting people. Now, I could tell that he's, you know, obviously not well in the head. He's clearly a fucking pathological liar, a predator. He uses people. He's a fucking snake. Now, I find him irritating, but, you know, I for the most part, I kind of just bit my tongue. But, you know, to see this guy come online today, and then he's just, like, trying to act like he's some kind of fucking savior. He's going to protect his friends. He's going to somehow... and of course he's lying, saying that I was doxing, you know, his family, his address, his social security. I didn't do any of that. I used a fucking screenshot from YouTube, and I deliberately, you know, blacked out over his name. Like, he's just so full of shit. But I don't know, guys. I mean, this is who you guys want to. Some of you might want to listen to. But, you know, I would just say, just think about everything. I told you guys. I mean, this guy's a sick fuck. I mean, he's a real, truly... I mean, let me ask anybody that did anything like what he did. Who has and then continually fucking just lies. And he's a snake. I mean, like, he's always trying to weasel his way into other people's large platforms. That's all he does. And he always loses his welcome. And, you know, I always looked at Jay as he's a self-correcting problem. People like him don't change. They're not capable of it. So he ends up wearing out his welcome everywhere he's at. And, you know, eventually he'll just have to go elsewhere because he'll embarrass himself enough. You know, and he basically... And that's another reason. I mean, he can't... What is a fucking miracle, and I have to give him credit for this. How does that motherfucker keep on, like, trucking along, dude? Like, how do you expose yourself and embarrass yourself so much and still, like, manage to, I don't know, think that you can still get your way in with people? Like, it is so... Or that you can somehow still be respected or show your fucking face anymore. You know, that's beyond me. And I'll give him credit. He has a lot of perseverance. But the reality is, though, that's right. He's a fucking sociopath. They have no shame. You know, it's part of their fucking illness. People don't change. You think that when, you know, speaking of self-correcting problems, he knew how to do what was necessary. You think when Jeffrey Epstein ended up, you know, taking the right way out and hanging his worthless fucking body in a prison cell, you know, I guess at least he knew when to call it quits. It's a shame. But, yeah, you know, let's see if there's any other clips. There might have been some, but, you know, I'm actually getting bored of talking about this asshole. But I think it's funny. I mean, so I can just, like, let's roll all of this shit off my tongue. Because, you know, just observing this shit for so long, it's just like... he just gives you the goddamn ammo to use on him. I mean, this guy thinks he's a content creator too. That's funny. Who's gonna listen to him? First of all, as soon as that motherfucker goes on, if he ever could, like, make it. See, I'm somebody who was very popular in Discord. Then I came here and I was like Clubhouse celebrity for a year or two, whatever. And then, but I had like the realization, like, oh, you know, you make really dark content and have like conversations about, you know, that are really politically incorrect and a lot of derogatory language. There's not really, you can't really monetize that. Like, what advertiser is going to touch that? None. And it's just like with this dipshit, who's gonna, once that surfaces what he did, and you have all of these people that are gonna come out with accusations against him, he has no fucking future in social media or content creation. What is this fucking dummy doing? Is he actually a content creator, or is it more nefarious? You know, what he would do, how he lured these women in the past.
I'm sorry. That caught my ear. What do you mean nefarious? Like, what do you think he's... I'm sorry, what do you mean by... What is he doing something more nefarious? That kind of...
Well, when it came to, you know, he used to have these, like... Okay, for example, when he did the Craigslist scam, he said he was a talent agency, and so he always used that as like his like little vessel to lure women in. But Howard, I want to talk to you for a second, if you could. I don't have any like thing bad to say to you. I'm not mad at you or anything. Right? I saw you in the room earlier. And I was just going to say, wait, what happened to him? Did I accidentally kick him out? God damn it. Oh, wait, no, Howard's here. Oh, yeah, so that room earlier with Jay, so, long story short, so Roger ended up doing a YouTube podcast with another like prominent person on this app, and so a lot of us have known for years like about the video where he uses his real name. So I ended up like taking a screenshot of the video, and I blacked out his name and all that, and I put it as my profile picture. Now, that's all I did. Didn't say his name. Definitely did not say his address. I don't even know where he works. Did not say anything about that. I don't know who his family is either. Did not dox him. Never. I think I heard listening to replays. He said I had like given people's social security numbers. No, I've never. I personally don't even know how to get those. So, anyways, no, I did not dox anybody. But I did hear you say that like, which it could be true. I don't, I don't care, but I did hear you say that, like, oh, you live near me, and I must have said something that, where it was easy to find who I was. But, yeah, no, I didn't dox anybody, I was not going to dox Roger. But, yeah, there's just fake content. But you guys did get to hear it, but it was kind of like amazing hearing him act like a tough guy. He got all riled up. He's like, if you go after my friends, I'm gonna take it in real life. No, you won't. His broke ass couldn't even afford to fucking come out to Arizona. Plus, his dumb ass is a stand your ground state. We have castle doctrine. Physically, I mean, I boxed for years. He's not going to. What the fuck he thinks he's gonna do? It's just stupid, and he can't afford it. But, yeah, it's a big faker. But I would love, this is just like, this wasn't really like a planned thing today. But, I did, it was kind of like relieving. And guys, I would say one thing I would take. Oh, and I guess, Howard, I guess one of the things I did notice in that room, and one of the replays, is that when you said you knew who I was, I did say hold on, check your messages. I want to talk to you right after this. He was obviously chomping at the bit to actually get my information to dox me. but you know, I would just hope that you would be kind enough not to. You said you wouldn't, so I'd appreciate that. But yeah. But this guy, he's so gung ho. He had to make up that I horribly doxed somebody. He's gonna protect me or protect them. Yeah, dude. I didn't dox anybody. And if anybody knows Roger, dude, you just tell him nobody cares to dox him. And it wasn't on this app that, you know, I'll just put it like this, you know, there's other people talk on other platforms, and, you know, people know who you are in real life, as they have for years, and nobody had a plan to dox you. The problem with Roger is that he was trolling, you know, we ended up, you know, with John Kitover and stuff, and trying to get people to donate money to his fucking campaign, and that was like super iffy, and we are not, you know, it could have some legal implications, and you know, that was the only thing we're kind of not cool with him doing. But we don't have like a plan to dox him or fuck with him in real life. Like, that's just stupid. You know, it's not something I really did before. And yes, Jay will say, well, you doxed me on here. No, dude. You literally use your own real fucking name on here. That article, everybody's seen it a million fucking times. Nobody doxed you, dude. Like, literally, and I'm not saying your name in here, but you know what happens when I go to Google and I type in your name. I don't have to type in the city you live in after your name. I just have to type in your name. And there's there's news articles from one very prominent, especially one from a big prominent newspaper, where it pulls up the fucking story. No, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, what's amazing is your dumbass even fucking decided to come on here with your real fucking name. Fucking loser. A total fucking loser. But, you know, I'm sure some of you guys will come back in. You'll be like, oh, I love you. It's great to see you. Oh, look, you're looking great. Oh, yes, yes. Hey, what's up, my friend? You know you're my friend, right? You know, you're gonna let him butter you up. And by the way, normal people don't. Sociopaths talk to you like that for a reason, because they see you as a pawn to get what they want. To you, you're just like a part of their. People are kind of to be manipulated. That is how they normally think. They don't think like normal people. And so that's what he does. And then he's gonna, you know, say some bunch of hoorah shit about how I'm the mentally unstable one. Yeah, just look at this fucking freak show, guys. I've made my case fucking clear. This fucking creep. But, you know, honestly, I'm done talking about him. I'll probably make a room about something else. Cause this piece of shit's gotten too much too much of my time today. And, you know, if that fucker wants to quote unquote bring it on in real life, dude, that would probably be the best thing that could happen to someone like you. So, yeah, I'm bored now, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it. Thank you.
मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं बोलती, चुपचाप बैठे रहती हूँ। कॉन्शियस क्यों होते हो? नहीं, मैंने ये बोला क्योंकि मैं उस तरह से उस
Okay, this is Saturday night. USA campaign to elect John. What up, Chris? That was pretty funny, Pepe Room. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And Jay Breska, he contributed $120 to the campaign. He's the #1 campaign funder, so, you know, I gotta side with Jay on this one. It's easy to drag him down, but it's all projections, so that's why it's pathetic. Pepe, like, that's Pepe's emotional response room, or that's the Pepe struggle, right? Like, that's his struggle session. It's pretty funny. All communication is projection. That's the way I view it. I just ordered some food. I'm gonna go pick it up in 10 minutes, and then we're gonna come back. And I don't know if Roger Mayhem is done on the app permanently, but he also, I think, deleted his X account. I think all this is like too much for him. Maybe he realizes he's like wasting his time. And but I will say he has helped the campaign significantly, because without him, we wouldn't have gotten this antidote up and running. So. Thanks for all your X help. Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah, of course, man. You know, I learned on this app to keep my mouth shut and just to listen more than to talk. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, there's a lot of like really angry nervous systems. You know, projecting all their spam all the time. So I just don't want to get the medically sort of contaged, wrapped up in that entire, you know, world.
Yeah. It's brutal because Roger has basically recreated a high dopamine environment for me by giving me a platform. And when he's gone, it's like a break for me, because I don't have to sit here and keep harping about the debt. I can go back to reading books. So today I read the Tao Te Ching for like 2 hours in the morning, made a bunch of videos, and I was listening to other recordings that I made. And the great thing about having all these YouTube recordings of the books I have is it takes a lot of work to open a book and read it, but just listening to yourself reading a book doesn't take much work, and you get what you're looking for.
It's also like a mirror, so you can sort of reflect on your inflection, you know, like how you pronounce words. It's a great way of learning and self-training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the art of theater is dead, so it's interesting. Reading a book out loud is like reading a script in a play, and then it becomes your life, and you become, you know, the lead character in your own life's movie, but you use the book as like your script, and meanwhile everybody else is running around with these broken down, anxiety-based, nervous projection systems.
Dude, it's 100% like, oh, there's a little bit of feedback, but it's really high anxiety, nervous systems, like neurons firing. And when you really like think about it, it's like a lot of people don't have a sense of peace, a lot of compassion. I really liked with one of these one of the people said like the SPC, right? Simplicity, patience, and compassion. And you know, when you read books, you tap into knowledge that has always been there, you know, and a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah, last night listening to Adams and Pepe drunk, having like the gayest conversation ever about Roger Mayhem. It was pretty funny.
just annoying to the space. It's like, let's just have a normal conversation without you trying to interfere and play let's pick on guava game. Like, it's getting played out.
Yeah, these people were engaging in, these sorts of acts, therefore, their children also deserve to be executed because they're no better than their parents, right? It's like, I mean, it's kind of like, to me, it's analogous to a lot of the arguments that I hear when people make about Gaza or things like that most people find important to hear. Like when you had the streamer, he later apologized for it. He said that, in his words, he said that he's not going to shed tear over lives lost in Gaza, because when you have cruelty baked in your culture, I'm not going to cry a river when, you guys get killed, essentially. It's like, which, even if I were to assume that every, Palestinian was a person who believed in, doing things like throwing gay people off of buildings and believed in, stoning their daughter, in honor of killing someone, certainly the children did not do anything.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Wait, hold on one sec.
There's gonna be timing coming.
Yeah, sorry about that. What was that?
I say he deleted his X account.
I think so. It still shows that he could have gotten suspended though, because it's like a new account, so the X always like kicks you off and you gotta re-verify and all that shit. So
You missed it last night. He came on as some fake alt account called Joe. Not the Joe, that's with Ann, but a different Joe that we've never seen before. And he came up there, and his voice was a little bit different, but you could tell by like the words that he used and the cadence and the pauses.
no, I heard that. That's not him. That's somebody else. I've heard that guy before. I've heard that other guy before. That's not Roger.
God, he sounds just like him. He's like,
It's not him.
Listen here, you motherfucker. Shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch. Like that, and even Mike Allen's like, oh my God, bro. He's like, he sounds just like him. He's like, his voice sounds different, but he like has the same cadence and like tonality and like his words and his pausing. Like, it was fucking wild. And but yeah, Roger came back on and he said like 2 words, and then he just he kept writing in the chat that he was gonna go to bed and he was closing the room, which is a little odd,
Yeah,
the Joe guy was saying that he was drunk and high last night and shit. He's like, yeah, I'm fucking drunk and high for the first time in a long fucking time, you motherfuckers. And I was like, whoa.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't him. I know that.
It's not Joe, the guy with the cartoon character, the white PTR. It's a different guy. He's got like Jesus hanging on a cross upside down.
I don't think that's him. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was in the room last night because I came back home at like 2 o'clock.
You left. Yeah, you left. I even checked your live stream and stuff like that.
I was out? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you know.
Yeah, it was after Pepe drugged Roger and shit, doxing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was at the very end of the room. But it was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, last night was pretty funny. I felt like Roger was getting roasted.
I told people in the room, and I'm just going to let you know, I did tell people to be careful about announcing on fucking Clubhouse that I just donated $35. And I'm like, when Hakima, he kept saying, I donated $35 to kick fucking, and Hakima's open about who he is off the app, like he gives his full name and shit. But I was looking at it yesterday. In the state of Illinois, you have to give your legal full name and address. And on top of that, Illinois doesn't have a threshold of like $200 like Texas and other places have. So if you donate 1 penny, then that information becomes public information.
Yeah, everybody who donates to me, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that I have.
Public record.
Yeah, I think I have to upload an Excel sheet, and so every single person's name will become public if they donated to me.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell people. I'm like, Akila, you just realized you just said I spent $35.
all somebody has to do is go and look on yesterday's date and look through the people that donated on that day for $35. And if it says fucking Hakima such and such, and gives his full name and his fucking name is address.
It doesn't give
like,
address. It does. It won't. It doesn't. It doesn't put out donor address. Just donor name.
Oh no. So okay. Abby said once you meet the $5,000 threshold, then it includes the addresses as well.
Oh well. Hopefully we get to 5,000.
So if you reach $5,000, it includes the addresses. Then she said, yeah, she said he probably hasn't reached $5,000 yet. She said, but once he reaches $5,000, and Roya's the one that does the campaign finance stuff too. She was agreeing. She's like, yeah, once he hits 5,000, then the addresses become public record too. And I was like, oh my god. That's why I was joking with Scarlett. I was like, yo, and Roger's aware of this. Because I was joking with Monica. I said, Monica, you should be a smartass and go and donate your 2 cents, like your fucking back talk to him. And Roger's like, no, she's not going to do that. And I'm instructing her not to do that because of people like you. And I'm like, Roger, I'm not going to dox her. I said, but there's other people that would love to fucking know her full name and address. Yeah, but... Yeah, and I told Nye that last night. I said, listen, I do not think in any way, shape, or form that John is nefarious in this. I said, I just don't think that John is aware that it's public records. I said, and that's what I was trying to get across is like, she's like, do you think John's doing it on purpose? And I was like, no, because I just don't think John's probably fucking aware that it's all public record, even 1 penny.
You remember, I got doxxed one time because this guy Nate on this app was having some health problems, so I gave him like $10, and he's passed on now. But when I gave the money on the GoFundMe or whatever, it listed my name, and so everybody was saying his name is John Kitover.
I mean, personally, I don't give a shit if anybody ends up figuring out who I am. I don't have any. I mean, I have a criminal record in the sense that I got arrested for street racing when I was 19, and I've had some speeding tickets. But other than that, like, I'm not a fucking registered sex offender or rapist or any of that kind of shit. So, like, for me, it's not, like, worrisome like it is for fucking people like Roger and fucking JB. Like, I'm not saying Roger has a criminal record, but, it is kind of wild that Roger gets up on stage and tells everybody, oh, hey, I know how we should fix the $37 trillion in debt. And then Pepe shows pictures of where he lives with his parents.
Yeah,
and shit.
but
You're like,
that's just political.
I know, but like we're supposed to take advice from that guy. That'd be like me walking down the street and a homeless guy's like, "Hey man, let me tell you how we can solve the debt crisis." I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, man. You have a nice night."
Yeah, but I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, if you look at economics,
I know, but.
Anybody can do what we're doing. I mean, the thing is, you give too much credibility to anybody on this app. Everybody is trying to play a part on a stage, and some people's parts are pathetic.
Yep.
I mean, Pepe roasting JB is also the Pepe roast. It's not just the JB roast. Like, when guys like that roast each other, it becomes... it's a pot-stirring event, but to me, it's funny. Like, this is all funny gossip drama,
This is the greatest entertainment I've seen on Clubhouse since I've been here. The JB and Roger and fucking Pepe shit.
Yeah.
It's like fucking it's like watching telenovelas, even if you don't fucking speak Spanish. You're like, oh my god, she cheated on him with his fucking brother? Are you serious? That's what this is like for me. So I can't, I don't want to miss the fucking second. It's fucking amazing.
I agree. It's just hearing Pepe's rant is like, and then even the way he ends it, like, all right, well, I'm fucking bored, so I think I'm gonna end it. The whole thing is like pathetic, start to finish. It's hilarious.
I know.
I know JB's gonna have a response for him, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, JB's a fucking piece of shit though. God. I didn't know he was a fucking pimp and all that shit.
Yeah, he was.
Like, I knew he got in trouble. I figured he got in trouble for like burglary or something, But
no.
I do agree with Pepe. That is some predatorial fucking shit. I mean, for me, a pimp is no different than a fucking chomo, a child molester. You know.
Well, you
Take
know,
advantage of
he
it.
went to jail over it, so technically he paid his dues.
No, I get that. I get that. But do you want him watching your kids?
I mean, do you want to do you want to share space on Clown House all day, every day, talking about
Let me watch your 14-year-old daughter.
reparations? Let's
no.
talk about Hey, it's Tuesday. It's 10 a.m. Let's talk about reparations for the next 6 hours. What do you say?
Oh God. I just did you ever get the recording of when he crashed down on Abby and told all the Jews to go fuck themselves? Did you ever get that recording or no?
Yeah, I recorded that one.
Oh God. Nobody remembers it. Everybody's like, what do you mean? What did JB say? And I'm like, did he delete the recording? Like, turn the replays off? Because, like, he crashed out on stage with me talking about, you know, you fucking Jews, you motherfuckers, you know, take your fucking shit, turn it sideways, and shove it up your fucking ass. I'm like, wait, what?
Was that before or after he said he was Jewish?
This was like a month ago when he kicked Abby off stage. So Abby came up because they were like on the Jew hatred, fuck Israel, fuck the Jews, and it's a secret cabal of Jews orchestrating global events. So Abby just asked if it was okay if they could like change the subject, and he fucking went off on her, screamed, and kicked her out of the room. And then I came on stage and I defended Abby, and I was like, why the fuck are you like treating her like shit? I'm like, all she did was just ask if it was okay to change the subject. And he's like, why the fuck do we have to fucking sit here and listen to all you fucking Jews? All you do is fucking complain about everything's fucking anti-Semitic. And he talked about how, you know, the blacks defended him and fucking, you know who it was that fucking took care of me in fucking prison? It was the fucking blacks. What the fucking Jews? I reached out to a fucking rabbi and told him that I had a Jewish sounding last name. You know, my mother, she was Jewish. You know, and that rabbi, he wrote back to me and said there was nothing they could do to help me. But you know who took care of me and who stepped in and fucking took care of me while I was in prison? It was the fucking blacks. And then I came off mic and I said, yeah, I bet they passed you around like a fucking pack of cigarettes too. And then he kicked me out of the room. Oh, he's such a piece of shit.
Well, he's good at stirring the pot. I gotta give him that.
Yeah, I guarantee the black guys in prison weren't helping him out for nothing. You know. They're like, here's some ramen noodles, Jay. Bend over. You want some tissue paper? Yeah, this is entertainment though, man. It's better than TV right now.
Oh yeah, this is way better.
All right, Johnny boy, I'm gonna get back to listen to the live stream. See some Pepe's offline or what?
I don't know.
I
don't know. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right.
Hey Julian, you want to give $1 to the campaign today? Could be your big moment. I think you should give $1. I think you should give $1 right now, Julian. I think it's a good idea. I think it would be healthy for you to give to a Republican conservative, somebody fiscally conservative, because you're not going to have any money left by the time you hit 40, Julian.
All right, I'm gonna go pick up some food. I'm gonna put a recording on for you.
He suffers more when going on the evil path. Dhammapada Sutta 19. The virtuous man is happy in this world, and he is happy in the next. He is happy in both. He is happy when he thinks of the good he has done. he is still more happy when going on the good path. The thoughtless man, even if he can recite a large portion of the law, but is not a doer of it, has no share in the priesthood, but is like a cowherd counting the cows of others. The follower of the law, even if he can recite only a small portion of the law, but, having forsaken passion and hatred and foolishness, possesses true knowledge and serenity of mind. He, caring for nothing in this world or that to come, has indeed a share in the priesthood. 2. On earnestness. Earnestness is the path of immortality, nirvana. Thoughtlessness, the path of death. Those who are in earnest do not die. Those who are thoughtless are as if dead already. Those who are advanced in earnestness, having understood this clearly, delight in earnestness, and rejoice in the knowledge of the Arias, the elect. These wise people, meditative, steady, always possessed of strong powers, attain to nirvana, the highest happiness. If an earnest person has roused himself, if he is not forgetful, if his deeds are pure, if he acts with consideration, if he restrains himself, and lives according to law, then his glory will increase. By rousing himself, by earnestness, by restraint and control, the wise man may make for himself an island which no flood can overwhelm. Fools follow after vanity, men of evil wisdom. The wise man keeps earnestness as his best jewel. Follow not after vanity, nor after the enjoyment of love and lust. He who is earnest and meditative obtains ample joy. When the learned man drives away vanity by earnestness, he, the wise, climbing the terraced heights of wisdom, looks down upon the fools. Serene, he looks upon the toiling crowd, as one that stands on a mountain looks down upon them that stand upon the plain. Earnest among the thoughtless, awake among the sleepers. The wise man advances like a racer, leaving behind the hack. By earnestness did Maghavan, Indra, rise to the lordship of the gods. People praise earnestness. Thoughtlessness is always blamed. A bhikshu who delights in earnestness, who looks with fear on thoughtlessness, moves about like fire, burning all his fetters, small or large. A bhikshu who delights in reflection, who looks with fear on thoughtlessness, cannot fall away from his perfect state. He is close upon nirvana. Thought. As a fletcher makes straight his arrow, a wise man makes straight his trembling and unsteady thought, which is difficult to guard, difficult to hold back. As a fish taken from his watery home and thrown on dry ground, our thought trembles all over in order to escape the dominion of Mara, the tempter. It is good to tame the mind, which is difficult to hold in and flighty, rushing wherever it listeth. A tamed mind brings happiness. Let the wise man guard his thoughts, for they are difficult to perceive, very artful, and they rush wherever they list. Thoughts well guarded bring happiness. Those who bridle their mind, which travels far, moves about alone, is without a body, and hides in the chamber of the heart, will be free from the bonds of Mara, the tempter. If a man's thoughts are unsteady, if he does not know the true law, If his peace of mind is troubled, his knowledge will never be perfect. If a man's thoughts are not dissipated, if his mind is not perplexed, if he has ceased to think of good or evil, then there is no fear for him while he is watchful. Knowing that this body is fragile like a jar, and making his thought firm like a fortress, one should attack Mara the tempter with the weapon of knowledge. One should watch him when conquered, and should never rest. Before long, alas, this body will lie on the earth, despised, without understanding, like a useless log. Whatever a hater may do to a hater, or an enemy to an enemy, a wrongly directed mind will do us greater mischief. Not a mother, not a father will do so much, nor any other relative. A well-directed mind will do us greater service. Or flowers. Who shall overcome this earth, and the world of Yama, the lord of the departed, and the world of the gods? Who shall find out the plainly shown path of virtue, as a clever man finds out the right flower? The disciple will overcome the earth, and the world of Yama, and the world of the gods. The disciple will find out the plainly shown path of virtue, as a clever man finds out the right flower. He who knows that this body is like a froth, and has learnt that it is as unsubstantial as a mirage, will break the flower-pointed arrow of Mara, and never see the king of death. Death carries off a man who is gathering flowers, and whose mind is distracted, as a flood carries off a sleeping village. Death subdues a man who is gathering flowers, and whose mind is distracted, before he is satiated in his pleasures. As the bee collects nectar and departs without injuring the flower, or its color or scent, so let a sage dwell in his village. Not the perversities of others, not their sins of commission or omission, but his own misdeeds and negligences should a sage take notice of. Like a beautiful flower, full of color but without scent, are the fine but fruitless words of him who does not act accordingly. But, like a beautiful flower, full of color and full of scent, are the fine and fruitful words of him who acts accordingly. As many kinds of wreaths can be made from a heap of flowers, so many good things may be achieved by a mortal when once he is born. The scent of flowers does not travel against the wind, nor that of sandalwood, or of tagara and malika flowers. But the odor of good people travels even against the wind. A good man pervades every place. Sandalwood, or tagara, a lotus flower, or a vasiki. Among these sorts of perfumes, the perfume of virtue is unsurpassed. Mean is the scent that comes from tagara and sandalwood. The perfume of those who possess virtue rises up to the gods as the highest. Of the people who possess these virtues, who live without thoughtlessness, and who are emancipated through true knowledge, Mara, the tempter, never finds the way. As on a heap of rubbish cast upon the highway, the lily will grow full of sweet perfume and delight. Thus, the disciple of the truly enlightened Buddha shines forth by his knowledge among those who are like rubbish, among the people that walk in darkness. Five, the fool. Long is the night to him who is awake. Long is a mile to him who is tired. Long is life to the foolish who do not know the true law. If a traveler does not meet with one who is his better or his equal, let him firmly keep to his solitary journey. There is no companionship with a fool. These sons belong to me, and this wealth belongs to me. With such thoughts a fool is tormented. He himself does not belong to himself, how much less sons and wealth. The fool who knows his foolishness is wise, at least so far. But a fool who thinks himself wise, he is called a fool indeed. If a fool be associated with a wise man, even all his life, he will perceive the truth as little as a spoon perceives the taste of soup. If an intelligent man be associated for 1 minute only with a wise man, he will soon perceive the truth, as the tongue perceives the taste of soup. Fools of little understanding have themselves for their greatest enemies, for they do evil deeds which must bear bitter fruits. That deed is not well done of which a man must repent, and the reward of which he receives crying and with a tearful face. No, that deed is well done of which a man does not repent, and the reward of which he receives gladly and cheerfully. As long as the evil deed done does not bear fruit, the fool thinks it is like honey, but when it ripens, then the fool suffers grief. Let a fool, month after month, eat his food like an ascetic, with the tip of a blade of kusa grass. Yet he is not worth the 16th particle of those who have well weighed the law. An evil deed, like newly drawn milk, does not turn suddenly. Smoldering like fire covered by ashes, it follows the fool.
Practicing poor height.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I've found like several names. Maybe like 100 or so.
Girl, why you need 100 names on Clubhouse? Like, come on.
Just kind of like to switch it out every once in a while. I get bored.
Have you looked at the poll?
No, because I don't want it to be permanently stuck on my profile. Because if I click a poll result, I've noticed it's been stuck on people's profiles. So I don't want to.
Given that a lot of thought, you must not be proud of your answer.
I don't know what the poll even says. If you just say it out loud, I'll give you my choice without, choosing.
How important is Clubhouse to you? Very important? Not at all. Clubhouse is life. I'm addicted.
I would say Clubhouse is life for sure.
Clubhouse is life? Okay. Do me a favor, send my regards to your boyfriend. Let's move on from that troll.
We should have put a bet on what her answer was going to be. I would have definitely won some money.
Strange bedfellows.
Randy in the chat said, if you've gone through 100 names, it's life. Amen to that. Jesus Christ.
I want to see if John Kitover, who is at the center of these storms, who's always been fucking insane. But I gotta be honest. I honestly, and I never thought I'd say this and stick up for this lunatic, but I honestly I don't think he's done anything wrong this time. John Kitover, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jay?
I'm fantastic. I need a couple recordings from you, if that's okay.
Yeah, we need to get a recording. You're right. If anybody has the damn receipts, it's John.
I've been looking for John all day. He's not hard to find. He's usually in every room, but I couldn't find him. When I closed my room this morning, I went looking for him. Then I went and lived my life, and then when I got home, I went looking for him. John, do me a favor. Send me a message on IG. and I'll send you one back. I need a specific recording, please. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
So, for those of you who don't know, how about this? I just called him a fucking lunatic. I've called him other names. And yet, I have no problems contributing to his campaign. And no problems. So for me, man, when do we leave this app here and go back to real life and support each other? I'm just curious.
What campaign? You just paid for those recordings. Shout out to Darren LaHood. Go ahead, Jay.
Whatever. Listen, it was a good investment. You know what? As soon as I donate, you know what he said to me? I'm gonna take all your recordings down. And you know what I said to him? Don't do that. Because I don't give a fuck. Put up whatever you want, John. I hope you make $1 million selling that shit. How about that? Just throw me a little piece. I'm not greedy. Just a little smidge.
I agree. I would love to monetize these videos and send you royalty checks.
What are you eating right now?
I'm having a chicken shawarma sandwich from it's a place called Jaraza Kebab.
See, you gotta say, when you ask John something, you're gonna get the complete answer. He's gonna tell you the restaurant, the delivery guy's name, everything. You're getting the whole case of with John. Anyway, guys, I put this poll up. I'm curious what you people think. How important is Clubhouse to you? Very important, not at all. Clubhouse is life. I'm addicted. John, why is it very important to you? Put down the chicken. Stop choking the chicken, bro.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, I went out last night and I'm at the bar and there's all these cute girls and people, you know, and to me, I want to turn on Clown House and just live stream everything. And so, you know, having that extra dopamine, it's like having a slot machine in your back pocket, basically. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. But, you know, since I'm running for Congress as well, we have raised $500+. So from a fundraising perspective, this app has been invaluable. Roger has been invaluable. You've been invaluable. And even Dr. Adams, you know, rooting for my opponent, Darren LaHood, is invaluable to me because in many ways this is like role play. And Dr. Adams is basically giving me content, and the voters in the 16th district are like, that dirty LaHood, look what he's doing. This is so inappropriate. So thank you, Dr. Adams. You're basically a crisis actor for my campaign.
I think if I'm laughing too, Adams, but I think any attention in a campaign is going to be good attention, especially when nobody really knows you. So if Adams is helping your campaign, good for you, Adams. If you're on stage, please ping people in. If you're down in the audience, you're more than welcome to come up. We're talking about Clubhouse. We're not talking about anybody specific. I know some of you dinglings want me to address certain things. But here's the thing, and I've said it before. I'm at that Zen place on Clubhouse where I don't give a fuck what people say. Matter of fact, everybody go open a room with my name in it. But you know what's going to happen? People are going to get curious, who's this JB guy? And they're going to come back here. So please, by all means, keep talking about me. I love it.
I just want to say to John, you know, you may or may not remember this, but something I cannot stop thinking about since it happened, and every time I think about it, I tear up with laughter. It's the other night when you and Rohan were going at it, and you started singing "The Dingo Ate My Baby." That shit was hilarious. Like, your comedic timing is impeccable. Like, Rohan was trying to be serious, and you were serious too for a while, and then you started singing "The Dingo Ate My Baby." Classic. So when you put together your documentary, please be sure to include that moment.
The dingo ate my baby.
Yeah, John, send me a message on IG right now, please. Just say hi. That's it. So I have you, so I can send you a message back.
Okay, sounds good.
Because I believe you have, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. If you have the recording that I need, that recording might be worth $1,000, and I'm gonna give you that $1,000 to your contribution. That's a contribution to your campaign if the person pays up. This person has stated they did not dox Roger last night. They did not put his name out there. All this other bullshit. I believe you have the recording what he did, and he said if anybody can prove it, I'll pay $1,000. Well, let's see if he's a man of his word. Okay, John? If he gives it to me, I'll give you another 1,000.
Okay, sounds good.
You know, John, and I must be helping your campaign, by the way. I'll accept my apology, my thank you in the back channel,
because you and I both know the only reason why you still have an Instagram account is because of me.
Wait, now I want the tea. Why, Dr. Adams? Why are you responsible for his Instagram? Are we allowed to know, or is that between?
No, because he was recording me more often unapologetically, and I got them pulled down.
Oh wow.
You lost, what, 15 accounts in that swipe?
Well, let's just say you made up for it last night because some of your videos went viral and the Dare in the Hood campaign is extremely upset. So thank you very much, Dr. Adams.
Anyway, guys, just talking about Clubhouse. What's your experience been like? What's up, Teflon? What's up, Courtney? Michael, how you doing? Ricky Bobby in the house. How you doing, Ricky Bobby? You still got Carl the asshole here. Amazing. Carl, you want to say something, bro? Just come up and say it. Be a man, squeeze your balls. What's up? We got Joe B in the house, no favors, Meg Locke in the house, James is here. Oh man, we got Stinny. Stinny is a Clubhouse OG, one of the good ones on here, guaranteed. Trillion, how you doing, Trillion? I see you. Elizabeth, how you doing? So the poll is...
Shout out to Rachel too down there. Hey Rachel. And I think I saw Jane earlier. I don't know if she's still here. And MG, we can't forget MG.
Man, MG, Miss Claw, Miss Fifi, all the cool people. Courtney's here. You know,
I want to point out that my two biggest campaign contributors are on stage. JB and Hakima have contributed the most to the campaign to elect John Kitover to Congress. So these are some real OGs, real men who can come on stage with their faces, with their names, and can, you know, talk to anybody and stare down any schmuck loser who wants to come on here, gaslight, use racist profanity, be an immature little individual, you know, and basically be a hypocrite, because that's what a lot of people are on here. They are absolute hypocrites. But it is fun and it is entertaining and sometimes comical, but nonetheless, these are real men who stand by their names, stand by their PTRs, unlike other little individuals who do all of this in anonymity and in the shadows like little cowards.
Well, I have my picture up all the time, but, you know, just given the fact that it's election season, I just had to, you know, show up and show out for the hood. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, John, I'll say this. The person you're speaking about specifically has said he's doing what he's doing to save you, because you're mentally ill and you're being taken advantage of. I won't dispute the mentally ill part, but do you think you're being taken advantage of?
No, absolutely not. People are assisting me because they believe in my message, which is stop borrowing and stop spending.
No, here's the deal. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know what your message is. I don't know if I agree with it or not. I just donated to piss Adams off. But, you know, it's all good. I'll support your campaign.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I love this app, because we are in babies, like I donate to piss off Adams. I love it.
You see what I'm saying? Like, do you see the cycle of anger here? You know, John is upset with the system. Okay, I'm upset with John and supporting the hood, and then to piss me off, to upset me, Jay donates money to John's campaign. I mean, are you guys not seeing the cycle here?
Oh God, I love it. This is crazy work.
So I have a question for the room. Healthy debates. Here's the title. Ready? So what I missed today? Anybody want to tell me what I missed? Because I kept getting text messages and things going on. I want to be a Yenta. Tell me people, what I missed. You can put it in the chat. You can come to the stage. Tell me what I missed that's so important. I'm curious. Somebody ran a room with my name in it? Shocker. That happens every Saturday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's a surprise to some of you people? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Listen, there's only one person in this room right now, and I'm not trying to dox her, that's actually met me in real life. It's Miss Trillion. Trillion will tell you the character of the man I am. I don't really give a fuck what you people think. Meet me in real life and see who I am. It's not a threat. That's just saying, hey, meet me and you'll see I'm actually a good dude. But I don't pander to anybody. Be real or be moving. That's it.
anybody has down below has any clubhouse grievances, this is not a stage to dox anyone and air out, put people's name out there. But if you just want to come up and talk about your clubhouse experience, answer, expound on your vote, why is it very important? Not at all. Clubhouse is life, I'm addicted. Come on up. Happy Saturday, everyone.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Yeah, man, like I said.
Here comes Seneca, and Seneca is, we love Seneca, but I've been in spaces with Seneca. Seneca catches some strays sometimes too. What's up, Seneca? What's up, Julia?
I don't know Seneca. How you doing, Seneca?
Yeah, he's been on the stage before.
Jamie, I'm here all the time. Say that one more time, sir? I'm here all the time, Jamie. I'm sorry. Well, I guess since we didn't argue with each other, I don't remember you. That's my bad. we never argued before, I guess. We typically have similar perspectives. But, yeah, anyway, you're in my game.
9, just 9.
Oh, 9.
Yes.
9 is,
Before you shoot any shot with 9, just let you know you have to go through me and Roger first. You fit people. Okay?
I'm a married man. I'm a married man, but yeah, I do catch a lot of smoke because I tell the truth. It's typically unfiltered, and I don't smoke in that. So to answer your question, go ahead, Jamie.
No, answer this question, please. Let me back.
Okay. What did I miss today?
Supposedly, Seneca, there was a lot going on here today. And unfortunately for me, I have a real life. And I was out enjoying the beautiful weather with a beautiful girl. But I kept getting text messages. You have to come here because this person's talking about you. And listen, these are my friends that care about me, so I appreciate the effort. But I'm at that point, bro. Keep talking. Because you know what? I opened a room, 15 minutes ago? I love all these people in here. They want to come in and hear what I have to say. They want to have a conversation with me. So the haters are the one that still have to enter, baby. But get Seneca.
Exactly. Typically, when you tell the truth, you get a lot of hate. You get a lot of popularity and a lot of hate. So I'm not surprised that people will be talking about you. But any publicity is good publicity. Why do I come to Clubhouse? That was the initial question. I come to really laugh at stupidity. I don't have a lot of stupidity and ignorance around me in my personal life. So I come here to see how the other half thinks. And it's amazing. It's so entertaining. I love Clubhouse. I'm so addicted. I just love hearing stupid things. Very stupid things. It really entertains me. And even the people that are very hypersensitive because they're oppressed. I love just saying the bare minimum truth and having them yell and scream like hyenas. I just love that. Nothing makes my day like I'm watching and hearing that. I don't know why it's so fulfilling for me, but it is.
I'm going to say only to the offense.
What's up, Chile? I found out something really amazing about Clubhouse today. I don't know why I didn't see it the whole time. Clubhouse is a church. It's a mosque. And all these rooms are different churches with different pastors. The mouthiest people in each room are the pastors or bishops trying to push their narrative. Notice when you go to a room and it's the mouthy pastor, no matter what gender they are, they're repeating the same paragraph every time they speak. This is symbolic of a church or a mosque or the imam, where somebody is trying to project their propaganda onto the masses. And lastly, I have been just sitting back for the past 3 weeks just observing different rooms. Anytime somebody brings new information, the zealots will attack the new information, not from a standpoint of I have better information, but gotcha question number 3, gotcha question number 5, so that the pastor can get back to doing the pastor thing. It is amazing.
Wait, hold on. See, like, first of all, let me say this, man. I was getting smoked in another room because I compliment people. But to me, it's free to be nice, right? And I don't give compliments unless I believe it, right? I like you, man. I've liked your energy every time you've walked in my space. You and I probably don't align on a lot of things, but one thing we align on is respect. So I just wanted to say that to you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Would you say I'm the pastor in this room?
No, you know what? Here and 2 other places are just genuine conversations, win or lose. Lyle has a good one. Another dude, Rich, has a good one. It isn't too many places that's just, hey, let's have a fair conversation and move the microphone. Yours is in that top 5. A lot of other places I've realized are just temples for propaganda.
Well, I tell you what, see, like, I've been on this app 5 years, right? And one thing that, like, just bores me to death is when somebody's long-winded. That's why I move the room the way I move it, because I like to get everybody in the conversation. And if you don't check some of these people, bro, they can start talking now at 9 o'clock. I'll leave, come back at 11, they're still talking. Like, people don't have any concept of anybody else's space. And I don't like to roll like that. But let me say hello to Holly. Hey, Holly, how you doing? Holly Dolly?
Hey, y'all. Hey, baby.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
What's up?
So, Holly, you voted you're addicted to Clubhouse. Are you really addicted?
I think so. When I'm not on, there's a little FOMO. Yeah, I'd say that's an addiction, for sure. It's like some people are addicted to trash TV. I'm addicted to Clubhouse.
That's a good comparison, trash TV and Clubhouse. Because there's a lot of fucking trash on this app, Holly. There really is. They're just some bad people with ill intentions.
Yeah, but at least here, I mean, I'll make myself feel better about my addiction, right? Because at least here, I'm a part of the trash. Like, I'm engaged, so I'm actually using my brain. I'm able to, I'm able to flesh out some of my thoughts and ideas and sometimes change my mind on things. And it scratches an itch that I don't have in my day-to-day.
Well, let me tell you this about your itch, little girl. Is this. How many people did I warn you about, and how many times have I been wrong? I'm just curious.
A total of 0 times you've been wrong. Your instincts are usually good. And mine are bad, and I acknowledge that. I need to listen to the men in my life that I trust. I can be easily duped, for sure.
Funny, it makes me think that a lot of people also use ChatGPT to just share their thoughts instead of talking with real people.
Oh my god, I actually do.
I'm sorry, by the way. I just hopped in and I didn't have a chance to introduce myself.
No, you're good.
Well,
it's funny you mention that, though.
Hey, Jordy, how about you do this real quick? Join the house. Cash in that pink ticket. That's like a requirement in my room. If you're going to come to the stage, just join the house. Then you can talk all night long, I promise. Can you do that for me?
What do I need to click?
You click and see where it says healthy debate. Click there and you follow the prompts and you'll be part of the house.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to come right back to you. I appreciate you. Let me say hello to Murad. Murad, how you doing?
Hi, JB. Hi, NY. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be with you again. For
Hold on
fun.
1 second. Murad, hold on. Jordy, so we have a one mic policy. When somebody's speaking, just please stay muted and I'll come back. Go ahead, Murad.
Yes, sir. For fun, I want to explain a real anecdote which happened to me tonight in Iran. I get on a taxi from a city 400 kilometers far from Tehran. Then at the middle of the road, the suspicious driver told me we don't go.
I'm sorry, I had a boogie, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. That has nothing to do with this room, what we're talking about right now. That's a total deflection of the conversation. You know, you want to get into the conversation, you're welcome to come back up. But stay on topic, bro. Are you not paying attention to what Miss Holly just said? She's addicted. We have to help her. Hello?
Oh, JB. How do you like to tell us a story, JB? Why do you do the man like that?
I'm
I was engaged with that. Like,
gonna tell you what. Because that story's gonna put half the room to sleep, and it's gonna chase the other half out. So let him go to hold on. Let him go to In the Muff, and he can talk all night. Stay luck, guys.
So, I am going to say that I refuse to believe that Holly is addicted. I will say that Holly is one of the few women on this app that I will say is an exceptional mother and does not negotiate any time in being a said exceptional mother in taking up any space in replacement of this app. So I definitely just wanted to add that context that while Holly is trolling, I do believe that, you know, she's a decent person, a decent mother, and she's not as addicted as she would like maybe herself to believe.
How about that, Holly? You got a compliment.
That makes me feel really good. Thank you, Alan.
Listen, at least he's not calling you a big bat.
I know, right? I do have a booty on him. I got a workout booty.
Anyway, let me do a reset. So what did I miss today, guys? Her clubhouse is on fire in the last 24 hours. Last night, continued today. Alright? I'm offering you could be Henry Kissinger. I'm offering an olive branch to Monica. How important is Clubhouse to you? Very important, not at all. Clubhouse is life. I'm addicted. Man, I don't know. Thank you, Murad. I appreciate you too, but this is not the space for one of your stories. You can come back tomorrow when we're running a regular room. I'm addicted. Seneca, why do you think you're addicted?
I'm addicted because there is no Netflix, there is no Hulu, there is no Disney Plus that could ever compare to the stupidity and the ignorance of the oppressed. And I just enjoy just triggering them with even just the slightest nudge. It doesn't take any much, just the slightest bit of truth. And they just go ransacking mad and raging across the room like a hyena at a Southern gospel church mass choir. And I just love it. It's so fulfilling. It makes me feel so good. It makes me feel superior. And I just love that feeling.
Seneca, would you agree it doesn't take much to trigger the oppressed on this app? It doesn't take much.
It does not take much. Just say I love Trump. Just say
That's it.
That's it. You know, just say.
Wait a second. Hold on, Senator. Don't even mute up. Let me just say this. Go into a space and say, I don't support reparations.
Yes. Or just ask the question, who has the highest, who is the demographic with the highest abortions? You know, and that will just, drag them around staking that.
Hold on, time out. All you gotta do is say the Jews own the bank.
Oh yeah, you say Jews own the banks or the media? The media, bro? Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. Go ahead now.
No, I was just co-signing what Hakima said. He's right about that. Lord, today.
You know,
I'm gonna be honest. Wait, baby, I'm gonna be really honest. Oh Lord, I'm gonna be honest. I'm so burnt out on the Israel rooms, the Trump rooms, the Putin rooms, and I know that these are hot topics. But when you go in these rooms and they're having these discussions, it's the same discussion. It's the same monologue. Nothing has changed over the past year or two. When you go into the Trump rooms, the Putin rooms, and the Israel Hamas rooms, it's the same conversation. And it's like, listen, I don't, you know me, I like to go in and listen and learn, but I get a little burnt out when it's the same talking points, the same question and answers. I wish Trump would, at this point, I wish Trump would pull his dick out and piss on Fifth Avenue so we can just get something new to talk about as it relates to Trump.
I be confused because like Trump loves attention. He loves to be talked about. But then when people talk about him, then it becomes a problem that he's being talked about. Like that's what he do. That's what he wants. I don't get it. Like he makes headlines. He did it his whole life. Like now that people talks about him, now he wants people to shut up. That's weird.
Yeah, you're right. I think because when folks talk about him, it's the same old thing. I'm so glad Epstein's list hasn't come up in a while, but it'll be back in the media and in clubhouse conversations soon. Right now, you know how many rooms were open yesterday about the Trump-Putin meeting? And in every room, everybody was saying it was a nothing burger. He didn't say anything, and it went on for hours of people saying, he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. It's like, Jesus, but y'all been up here for hours. And shame on me that I even know this because I was popping in and out of the rooms for hours, listening to the same voices say the same thing on repeat. It is, we need something new and exciting in our social climate here in America to, kind of inspire new topics on this app. Because right now, like I said, the past 24 to 48 hours, there were a handful of rooms that took a break from Trump, Putin, Israel, Hamas to talk about people's personal business. We need something new. Wouldn't y'all agree?
You get no argument for me. I gotta be honest, I'm tired of talking about all that stuff. Right? But why make a content creator the content? Right? Why dox somebody's personal life? And here's the thing, I'm not gonna mention names because I'm not gonna breathe life into this cancer, but
Hold on, Cassandra in the chat. Are you talking about me? This lady sounds like she needs to go for a walk. Oh, I go for a walk every day. You want to join me? Why is every time these delusional ass broads come for me, it's always a weirdo ass chick in the chat talking shit about Nye? Y'all are some fucking weirdos. Go fuck your man. Go fuck your man. And get off my clip in the chat.
well, they'd be lucky to be on there. But I'll just say this: just look at the profile. They have one follower. Obviously, it's a troll. Looking to gaslight you and trigger you. Fuck that. Who cares? Don't breathe life into it.
Oh, anybody who uses Yas Queen, they're probably a gay white guy.
Oh my
Yas
God.
Queen, you're not even a woman. Okay, I'm done with you. I don't argue with gay men because y'all always win. Good luck. Do it, lady. Do it, lady. Shout out to Chit at Groundling. Do it, lady.
Oh my God, not. Jasmine, how you doing? I'm not familiar with you. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Hi, JD. We have the same initials, so instantly you're my brother. But I'm
wait,
just laughing.
if you're a Taurus, then you're really connected to me.
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, Cancers are good people.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you do me a favor, Jasmine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you jump in, can you do me a favor? Can you cash in that pink ticket when you get a chance?
Yeah, I will. I will for sure.
Thank you. The mic is yours.
Thought it was funny when you when you said tonight, when you said, oh well, they'd be lucky to be on there. I'm sorry, that just put me out for a second. I just thought that was hilarious. But I'm listening to you guys talk, but that's and what just happened in that whole exchange of the person feeling like they needed to say something to you, that in itself is what's wrong with Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, Clubhouse is like one of those situations where it gives people, like, some of these people are really, and I don't mean to say this in a wrong way, but like are really nobodies. And all it takes is for 2 or 3 people to jump on their bandwagon and make them feel like they're saying things that are important or they're saying things that are special. And the next thing you know, they think they're the authority on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, Clubhouse is, and that's why even when I answer the poll, I'm like, Clubhouse really ain't that important. Like, it's great to build relationships, to network with good people, and then you can, meet people outside of Clubhouse and form relationships. But outside of that, it's like people come on here all day just to argue and spew a bunch of things that they think that they know about, and they really actually do not.
Sorry.
No, please, I'll go after you.
One thing I've learned, Jasmine, about this app, one thing I learned, people get triggered when black women have an opinion. When black women speak, people get effing triggered, right? It is a fascinating case study. We already know we live in a society the world, really. Women, regardless of what race, catch hell. All right? But add some melanin to the mix. It, the power that I have over these peasants, because I'm black and I got a vagina, it is so entertaining to me. So keep it up, girls. And every time I come into Healthy Debates, there's always at least one delusional ass broad in the chat who gets riled up over something that Nye said. I send air kisses to all you hoes, the power you give me. And first, you give me an opportunity to unleash my inner ratchet, because I really do live a very quiet, soft life. Shout out to Suki Hunter the Goat, who's my spirit animal.
Wait. I love the ratchet side. Please continue.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy taking these opportunities that you peasants give me in the chat to go full-blown ratchet. Just briefly do I go ratchet. I dropped a gem the other day. Can I tell you about a gem that I dropped the other day? I'm really proud of myself for this gem.
Please do.
So the other day we're in Healthy Debate, and Angel, y'all know Angel, that lunatic, comes into the chat, and she's trying to get Sig's attention. And Sig responded to her, and I laughed at Sig's comment. Because she's a lunatic, got so triggered. She said, "Nye, keep your fingers off my comments. Your fingers smell like shit." And I said, "Bitch, that's because I just pulled them out your snatch. I should have added, go wash your pussy, hoe." Sorry, JB. That's my inner ratchet. That's my inner Suki Hana. It just came out. I apologize for being explicit on this stage. But you hoes are going to try me, and you're going to get that Suki Hana mixed with that sexy red, and it's not going to be cute. And I'm just going to say what I have to say and keep it pushing, because I don't, what do they say on this app? I don't bang. Not women, at least, you dig? So I'm done. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to just be ratchet just a little bit. Now I'm going to go back to being demure and soft until the next bitch get out of my
that. It's Saturday night. Be ratchet. And stop apologizing for saying how you feel. If you need to bitch slap some of these hoes, be my guest.
Well, I don't like to use all that type of nasty language. But sometimes people test you. And I look forward to the test. It's like, oh, somebody is pushing my buttons. Let's see what I can pull out of my rabbit bag of fucked up things to say to a hoe.
Another thing, and I don't know you and I'm not going to pretend to, but just in hearing you talk, I think, and I'll just say, like, even from my personal experience, women who are articulate and witty, most other women cannot stand that. When you know how to speak, and you can put words together, you're a wordsmith, so to speak, oh man, it just gets up under people's skin really, really bad, They want you to sound ignorant, like you have no education. And anytime just a smidge of that education comes out, that intelligence comes out, oh man, it's like sprinkling holy water on a demon. You know what I mean? It just starts shaking and smoking and